Is it recording? There's always that hang up, and it makes me full of righteous anger. And yes, my bed is still unmade.
Righteous free.
The third consecutive video BDG has put out that my bed is not made, but my cat is still sleeping on it. I'd rather not disturb him. He's real loud. I'm gonna clap anyway though, because I used to do this when we started videos. It's time for more Carrion Crown. There's some bad joke in there somewhere about Crown Royal dice bags. I haven't put it together yet, but now I'm rambling. We are going to head right on into it. Of course, Chewie, Sven, Robin, Emmy, Anthony. We're actually all here in one place for once. Emmy finally got her life together. Jeez. And thank you guys so much for your support on Patreon. Actually, I realized never mind. I
literally got my life together.
You did.
Bought an apartment and all that.
And I hope the new castle is just as good for you and Kate as the first castle was. But for now, we are going
Spoilers.
I was wondering if I could say that without getting some kind of reprisal from you. And Emmy knows exactly what I'm talking about. But, Emmy, you have cast all of your third level spell slots speaking with dead. You've missed a lot.
Oh, fun.
I'll drop you back on the map. You may be giant. I have a concern. Okay. Oh, I've got to make a token. It's controlled by a Siri. Does it have sight? Good enough. And I'm going to move you over here. Everyone sees an enormous cat. It's come to ruin your day.
They want a sneak attack.
I hope the Siri is okay with spamming necromancy spells.
Yeah. I guess I didn't really know how to bring Emmy into this one, so what I'm gonna say is something. We've already introduced in Carrion Crown that the Eons are messing around with you guys and manipulating time and stuff. So, oops, that happens. Good enough. Please support us on Patreon for more really bad ways to introduce characters. But, bam! A Siri. So you arrive. Actually, if you could give me a quick perception check. You know why? I still need to open the book.
Buying time, I see.
Yeah. Why? If I ever walk into a room, or like have you guys walk into a room, and I say, "Okay, cool, guys, give me a perception check," there's about a 30% chance that I'm stalling, and I think that's like a common GM tactic. But for realsies, if you could give me a perception check.
Yeah. As soon as I can actually open my character sheet, it's freaking out on me. It's frozen.
It's missed you. You've been gone so long.
Right?
You are bad at me. No. Oh, Lulu's also here. I forgot about... How could I forget about Lulu? What is
also you have to keep remembering that by now, Lulu and Siri can mentally speak with each other.
Got it.
Yes, you actually have to talk sometimes. You can't just make Pokemon noises all the time.
Oh, I can. Please
We
believe...
hear the Pokemon noises.
Okay, Emmy is taking too long. Emmy is broken. Emmy doesn't know how computers are. She's just... Yeah, you're right. Thank you for just accepting that.
Well,
okay.
you can do the thing that you used to do for Chewie and roll for her.
I'm gonna clear the.
I guess I just guess that in that case you're not buying time for yourself because you have to do the roll. But
yeah, I'm not. Okay, so Emmy, as you appear in the room, it appears as much an abattoir as a bedchamber. There's a 4-poster bed in the corner, as well as everybody, and what looks to be an imp, but as if it were like stitched together. There's a bunch of workbenches and alchemical gear. The walls are lined with shelves and strange-looking objects and things. Bits of rags litter the floor. The room smells like spoiled food. Also, the whole place you have arrived in kind of smells like bleach.
Oh, and the imp thing is inside a safe we got. One of those lock boxes, remember?
It pops up long enough for Emmy to be aware of it, and then goes back in its box.
Also, I think we completely wrapped it up in like a rope.
Yeah, so it's like sticks its head out. So she appears. I'm shoving its head back in and locking it.
Hello, I'm important to the plot. Goes back in.
Speaking of important to the plot, Emmy, have you seen all these skins? We fought something that's might be, how do they call it? Skin walker?
Skin stealer.
A skinwalker is a half werewolf. A skin stealer is it's a fae that takes your skin and then can turn into you. And
yes.
There's a bunch of them. There's like 20 or 30 different skins.
Yeah, but the important part is we found a huge skin
that we have
like
hidden.
A really big one, and it has bite marks of like an alligator or something on the shoulder.
Oh,
I think the nature check was successful. I think you guys have identified the bite mark of a blood caiman. And I just shot my mouth off if you haven't, but we'll be alright.
And we also we found evidence of them selling body parts to a weird name, to a person with a strange name. I forget how you pronounce it. Is why I'm saying strange name.
Also of buying body parts from the Carb Isle Sanctuary. Man, I keep calling that place Carb Isle, and when I do, I can't not imagine that the entire island is made of like pasta. Now I'm hungry. But
now I know what god they worship: the spaghetti monster.
The fried spaghetti monster.
Worship the flying. You don't worship the flying spaghetti monster?
Ramen.
Everyone who lives in Australia should. I mean, after all of that, it's real. Same with the Star Wars religion. It's so funny. I think they need like 25,000 people to sign that they belong to some church, and then the church becomes official. And that's why they have like spaghetti monster and Star Wars and stuff like that as churches.
The Jedi Church.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about Trekkian.
That too. That is also a thing.
I fixed it.
Good. Congratulations.
My browser had an update that started automatically blocking cookies for me, and I did not ask for that.
Carb Isle could also be made of cookies. But in any case, the floor is yours. The Eagles are still, I guess, just patrolling the perimeter. They were able to catch
Elementals.
Elementals,
yes,
yeah.
I knew that.
All right.
I'm
They only killed Homunculus that did see.
Yes. Now, what was Amy saying?
You said perception. Are we in darkness right now?
You don't need a perception. I have explained everything that's going on.
Oh, okay.
Because you took.
I also need sight because I cannot see.
You
anything.
have sight. I gave you sight. I say it. Oh, you don't. You actually don't. I lied. I didn't give you. You have sight. I see it. Controlled by character settings. That's yeah. VX. You guys can go ahead and keep talking and exploring and things while I set Emmy up here.
Yes, I think we need to explore the bottom floor.
I think we should make sure we explore everywhere here. But I think the creature we were trying to find has left.
Yeah.
Yes.
We uncovered the hidden dangers here and whatever evil conspiracies. We're looking here, so that's good. And even so, it wasn't obvious that it would turn out this way. We actually made some progress for the trials too.
Whoa! Now I'm invisible.
Just hold on, Emmy. Hush, you, unless you are talking about the plot.
Did we enter the topmost floor in the tower?
I think so.
We climbed outside. Remember, with the rope of climbing, and then we walked in where the gnome walked in.
That is
we made it to the main top. We found
the tower where I
and also
missed the trap and got stunned, and the two homunculi came.
Yeah, I think
you guys did that too. Both have been explored.
We found the tusk and all that there that has the spells like a scroll on it.
Yeah, that was the first floor, and then we could go one ladder up, the F, if you can remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had gone to both. The second one had another homunculus which flew out.
Yeah, there were three
nothing else.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the one that died to the air elementals, right?
Yeah.
The second one. Yeah.
I got the homunculus in the lockbox with me.
Yeah. So we had 3. One escaped, one died, and one we got tied up real good because we're paranoid.
Evidence.
Oh, we have a lot of evidence, but
a
yeah.
lot of paranoia, and that's a safe thing to have.
So I think we need to check out the bottom
We found
floor.
evidence? Where are
we found we have the skin that the skin stealer was wearing that was attacked by the blood caiman.
Skins? Wait. Whoa. Slow down.
Okay.
Somebody should watch the episodes of Carrion Ground that go live when they don't show up. Just what I'm hearing.
So this is what you missed. We found skins, a bunch of skins. One of the skins had a bite mark in the shoulder that was a blood caiman bite. And remember, in the swamps, a blood caiman.
Yeah, I remember that much.
So, we figured out this belongs to a skin stealer, and it can wear skins and become things.
They can become as large as Bob can be.
Yeah, so that's why people thought it
looks similar to Bob.
Yeah, so
with the whole bodies being stolen and stuff like that.
Wow, that is good evidence.
Yeah, and with the bodies being stolen, we found written proof saying that these guys running this bleach factory bought bodies from the insane asylum and were selling them to other people, and even one guy who we think is the creator of Bob.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was another flesh golem here.
Yes,
there was a flesh golem that was a dog.
The flesh golem that hit like a truck.
Yeah, there was a flesh golem dog.
Also, where is here?
The bleach factory.
Were you? You're gonna have to remind me, Emmy. Were you here for the Carb Island Sanctuary?
I was not, but I am trying to also be in character. You said there was some weird space-timey stuff going on, so.
Well, here I am just being horrible to you for no reason. That's on me. It's not bad. Okay, so you guys, when the party went to an asylum that had burned to the ground, and the beast was convicted or as accused. You guys are trying to stop the conviction part of burning the place to the ground. You found a couple of vials that said Vorgstag and Grind's Chemical Works, which is this place, and it's just basically a giant bleach factory. Meanwhile, Theo, as you're running around, I'm going to assume everybody takes some kind of precaution to cover their nose and mouth, because breathing in that much bleach is a hard word to say, and also would be really bad for you. But right there...
Edgar and I both have the rags around their face.
Yes, there is a ladder right there that leads to a trap door that goes down.
I will go down. And I have something over my nose and mouth.
You got it. Just one.
Backup.
You're a rogue anyway. Oh, are you still in fox form, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the rogue is a kid today. That's important for you.
Oh, yes. Okay. Who are you?
I transformed back to...
at this point.
I transformed back to my human form. Is this answer enough?
Is he? The skin stealer.
It's the skin stealer.
My current theory is that Gibbs is the current skin stealer.
I think you just want to kill Gibbs, my dude. That's what I think.
No, it's a good theory. We need to go on this theory.
All right. Okay, cool. So going down the stairs are 2 people. I'm going to move them to a different point in the map. Here we go.
I want to move down the stairs as well.
Okay. Isiri and Geldern can hang out with patty cake in the...
Geldern will do the talking to Isiri to catch her up to what she missed due to the time conundrum stuff.
Due to the apartment conundrum. Oh, I really hope the dynamic lighting is done in this part. It's a homunculus, you nerd. Okay, so the people who are not downstairs, or the 3 people who went downstairs, rather, if you could please make a perception check. And I'm not stalling. Now I have to say that. Damn it.
I'm not stalling.
Also, I noticed when I try to go to different windows in OBS, it'll like cut out and display my Kingmaker screenshots. So that's my bad. Alrighty, I see one. I hear one chair. Or a
Wasn't
very,
me this
very,
time.
very tiny elephant. It kind of sounds like a little baby elephant, and that's wholesome content.
Aw.
Chewie!
Ooh, good job, Chewie.
All right, so this underground
He's
room
everything.
contains several dozen crates, a few coffins, lots of straw, and several huge bell jars.
Ooh, straw.
Why is the straw on the ground? Why are you wearing a mask? And it even fits. Oh God.
I would like my air elementals with me, by the way.
Deal. Boom. And boom.
I think-
Chewie, as you come down, you come down over. Whoops! I accidentally grabbed an elemental and made it too big. You come down over here and you accidentally contact the wall and lean into it, and a secret door opens.
Oh, guys, secrecy here.
In addition, as you guys go looking around, the crates in the room hold a bunch of alchemical stuff. Of course, it's going in loot, but I'm going to say it live so all our friends at home can hear. The crates in total hold 5 pots of blade guard, 10 doses of blood block, 5 applications of silver weapon blanch, 5 applications of cold iron weapon blanch, and a single application of adamantine weapon blanch.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Good thing Asteria's not down there. She'd be sneezing at that silver.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh.
To the
How
loot tab!
how do these things work?
Don't you just rub them on the blade?
Yeah, and it's good for one shot, basically.
Okay, that's what pretty much what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how long it lasts. So it only lasts for one attack?
I'm like 90% sure. Let me go check it real quick.
I was wondering if it had like a time or something.
I
It's
spelled,
like
I spelled
apply it
blanch
and it holds it lasts for like 10 rounds or something.
I spelled Blanche like Golden Girls, and I don't know if I'm proud of myself or just sad. Okay, weapon Blanche. These silver alchemical powders have a gritty consistency, appearing at first glance to be simple metal shavings. When poured on a weapon and placed over a hot flame for a full round, however, they melt and form a temporary coating on the weapon. The blanching gives the weapon the ability to bypass one kind of material-based damage reduction, such as adamantine, cold iron, or silver. The blanching remains effective until you make a single attack with the weapon. Each dose of blanching can coat one weapon or up to 10 pieces of ammunition. Only one kind of weapon blanch can be on a weapon at one time, though a weapon made of one special material, such as adamantine, can have a different material blanch, such as silver, and counts as both for the first successful hit. The adamantine one, as to just speed up things, the adamantine one's worth 100 gold, the silver ones are 5 gold each, the cold iron ones are 20 each.
Well, sounds like we should either sell those things or do ammunition. Because having 10 hits sounds better than having 1 hit.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, 1 hit with a sword or 10 hits with arrows. That sounds great.
So why are we staying up in this room? Like, are we
So
guarding
I can
something?
catch you up on everything.
Understood.
Whoop, I didn't mean to do that.
You might as well
Everyone
come
gets
down
damage.
with us.
There's a door here. There's a door here. Whoop! I want to ping. There's a door here, and Chewie finds a secret door here.
I kind of want to go
Okay.
through the secret door.
I don't know what you have done, Tommy,
Passage,
but
secret
Oh.
passage.
I wanna
okay,
go
now
for
I
the
know
secret-
what you have done. You switched floors, but was just about to say, because now my screen is completely black, but I guess,
Yeah, I
Because you
accidentally had
ping-
shift held down. That was my bad.
yeah. Like,
Let's
why
go
is
for the secret
everything
door,
black?
guys.
Yeah.
All right, secret door. So,
Take a step in.
I want to look out for traps after the secret door.
okay,
So not that we just walk in and die.
sounds good.
Yeah.
We won't die.
You definitely can tell without making the perception check. There's not a lot of traps here. The room.
Not a lot.
There's one real bad one. The room does have a bunch of like really grisly, disgusting things in jars, up to it including 2 complete skeletons, the half-changed head and spinal cord of a were-rat, trio of chul tentacles, preserved drow head. It changes to green as you look at it, and only Sven knows why. A pickled pair of eyes, 2 skeletons of owlbears, whereas in the coffin in there, the body is clearly a human man. It's been preserved perfectly.
Detect undead.
It's not undead,
Okay.
but that's really safe. To the east there at the very end, there's an iron portcullis basically, which has come down, and there's a padlock and a chain around it.
Sounds like we maybe want to spend even more talk with that.
So in the coffin is a person?
Yeah.
Edgar, is this someone you know?
Does it look familiar just by
That's
looking at it?
racist.
That's racist. You vampirist.
Yes.
Anti-vampire.
Just because he's in the coffin doesn't mean he's the vampire, and also doesn't mean that all vampires knew each other.
Yeah.
But I happen to know him.
Oh, well, that's my cousin!
Is the person in the coffin, is he like old, young? Does it say?
Yeah, he looks to be about maybe the beginnings of middle age.
Since detecting, I feel for a pulse.
He's very dead.
Okay.
Detect evil?
No pings.
And I
Chewie,
did not
Theo,
ping on
are there any things you're not telling anybody? You're over level 5. You'll have an aura.
Louis' hand.
Oh, yes, that happens. Forgot about that. Yes,
Hey.
indeed.
I'm already aware of that one. So
Yeah, fair enough.
My hand.
What's a chain?
The chain, there's basically just like I'm trying to think how to describe it without saying the word. Well, it's a portcullis. There is a metal grill that has come down over the passage in front of you, and there's like a lock and chain around it.
Should we check the other doors, guys, before continuing down here, just to be on the safe side for we're not snuck up behind?
Yeah.
You can take the chain and put an additional layer of around the imp. What?
We'll get that.
It's
Just slowly
rope.
binding it up more and more.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
we wrap the box in the chain.
Yeah, good, right. That's just genius.
I think that's
I want to
in,
open this door, and first I check if this is trapped.
Okay, make a perception check. I'm
isn't
stalling!
Theory
I'm
and
not stalling.
Skeldrin with us.
Also, the great thing about this is I think we have effectively found a way how we can stack checks. Like, how do they call the breaking out checks? Because he totally has to do several if he wants to get out of that.
The door opens. The door is not trapped. There's another door at the end of the hallway and stairs that lead up.
Oh, up.
That's why it says up.
Let's.
Up?
I think we should check out here just before going up, guys. Check out the
Okay.
entire bottom.
I check the door again and then open it.
Doors.
So, I think we should probably head down about now. I think we've had enough time to...
No, I'm
Sorry,
trying to
check me
kill
up.
the casters. The casters are isolated, and now I will attack them. Yeah, okay.
I was wondering. Oh yeah, I was like, where's our door opener? He's not here.
He is the one who knocks aggressively.
Oh, hey
Aggressively.
Siri,
It's magic
just,
missiles. Over
there's
and over
someone
and
dead in
over.
that coffin over there. Do you think you could talk to the person? Do you still have third level spell slots left? I
No.
think you used up 3.
That is
What?
literally all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God dang it.
We should talk to him later.
You really need a higher primary spellcasting stat.
So you
What?
know him.
I think he's just a body that they recently got.
It's lower so I
Yeah.
get more
Whoever-
channels.
Makes sense.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
like,
guys are at a
'cause
door.
we found evidence of their
Yeah.
buying
Yeah.
bodies.
Okay.
Oof.
It's trapped. It's completely trapped.
Let me take a look. I open the doors all the time, Sven in the prison.
You did? Because there were a lot of negative energy trapped in these
As
previous
I,
days
as
here.
I'm like, I'll open it.
Okay, the door is not trapped.
I
just
knew it.
waffles. The trap was that there were no traps, but you would think that there were traps, so you wouldn't open it. It's genius.
Yeah.
The perfect trap.
Someone has written overthinking on this door. Welcome to D&D.
Yeah, so we open the door.
Okay. Inside, there are more vats, not unlike what you saw up front.
Oh, it's the bottom, right?
It's not like the same map as where you came from before, but it's kind of like...
Is this a ladder?
It would take you like up to this, but yes. The ladders also can like move around as well. Like they have little like wheels on the bottom to be moved about.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think there's any other doors in this room, guys.
They're not.
By the way,
looking interesting in here.
with a corpse, can we like see? Is this like obvious what the reason for the person's death was?
It is not.
Okay.
Well, could I do a medicine check to find out?
You can do a heal check.
Same thing.
Nope.
Nope. It's addition based.
Yeah. The series shows up with a 5e sheet.
Yes.
Okay. With that heal check, you can. It's almost like the person is sleeping. It's hard to tell what did them in. It's very clearly something that did not leave like a superficial wound anywhere.
Poison.
Extracting of the soul.
I hope everybody's ready for it.
Siri gets the same idea.
Hey, can someone get the chain open here? The padlock?
I can try. I try to pick the lock.
All right, give me a disable device check.
Something.
I have my elementals in the corners.
Sure.
Your elemental
Just in case.
squad?
I mean,
Okay.
they're my current summons, so yeah.
Well done.
Theo is able to pick the lock. As you guys bring it up, it's pretty easy to tell. Like, you don't have to go super far forward, maybe like 20 yards at most. Very clearly, this room connects into Lepidstadt's sewers.
Oh, that's unsettling. Huh.
I think we should check the immediate area, but then probably come back.
But
Unless
this
it's
also means that the skin stealer might try to get back into this place via the sewers.
Well, he's definitely coming back in. That's guaranteed.
So should we lock it again so he doesn't know we're here?
God damn it! Now I wish I had some of
To know we're
those trapping spells, like Flaming Rune. Just cover all the whole entrance when he gets in. Just blow him up.
Do we have a rope? Can you make traps?
Also,
We have bear
I
traps.
guess one thing I should...
Oh, yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I just imagine Theo putting like all the bear traps that he collected like right behind the door. He steps in. He gets
Every time it walks in, stab. Bear trap,
like
bear
10
trap, bear
bear
trap.
traps.
Builds one that drops down, clamps you on the head.
No.
You want to keep those? Those are collectibles.
I will make a necklace out of them for me.
That's gotta be a really heavy necklace.
And a very dangerous one.
So we are closing the door again, or
I think we'll
Yeah.
just check the immediate area.
Let's lock the door back. At least the chain one.
Yeah.
Is it off map?
Also, we actually managed to make it smell even worse in here than before. That's an accomplishment.
It now smells like bleach and poop.
And
Like
it's a
home.
combination.
Perfectly clean toilet.
Yeah.
Then I close the door and lock it again.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
Let's head up those stairs, y'all.
The
Can you break
upstairs?
Can you break the lock so that they can't use the lock here and make it so that it's permanently locked?
Yes, with a disable device, a rogue could do that, yeah.
Okay, then I will try this.
Just like jam it real quick.
I mean, it's not like they
It's getting worse.
Not quite. You do what you can, but you can't quite get it there.
I see. I don't seem to be on the top of my game right now.
It's the bleats. It's getting to you.
Yeah.
And the poop. Okay, Chewie, when you get to the top of the stairs there is a, and if nobody understands what this is, I'll explain it, but there is a gaff hook laying like in the corner.
I don't know what a gaff hook is.
A gaff hook, let me find a like Wikipedia definition because I probably will explain it just horribly. A gaff hook is a I'm trying to find a. They also make fishing hook variants of them. I shouldn't be on Bing. Bing is my default search engine. Why? Because I'm too lazy to change it. Gaff hook. I can buy one at Walmart. That's the thing. God. Okay, here we go. It's about a 10-foot long pole that has a really sharp hook on the end, which is like you guys would all know without making checks. They're very commonly used to like stab into the water and then lift something, oftentimes like a fish, out of the water into a boat or like on the shore or anything like that.
Oh. Could I use this as an improvised weapon if we need to?
You could, but it wouldn't be a very good one.
Did we check the acid pits to see if there's anything in there? Or not acid, the bleach pits.
Yeah, you guys did.
There was like acid. Oh, okay. Because I mean, now that we have a gaff hook, maybe they're throwing stuff in there, and we have to fish it out.
Does the gaff hook smell like bleach?
It does not.
Does it smell like the swamp?
It doesn't really smell like anything.
It's like they cleaned it with bleach. I mean, like,
it's also a very like dark purple. No. It hasn't been bleached though, for sure.
We could check if there's anything in there.
At least as far
this
as
is weird to
goes.
have.
If you were to stick it down in acid, you'd be out of gaff hook. It's clearly just wood and iron.
It's weird that there's a gaff hook here. And I don't know, especially if they, does anybody think?
Anybody think what?
About the gaff hook, like, what the heck is that used for in this situation?
I don't know. My best guess is they fish bodies out of the swamp with it.
Maybe for the next room we will enter? Because
Yes,
he's flying here?
Yes, let's keep it. It's to help us further in the dungeon.
I will check the door for traps and then open it.
Okay, fair enough. Give me that perception check.
He's stalling again.
It's still a high number.
Hush, all of you. All of you, hush. Okay, the door is not trapped.
Then I open it.
Okay. So...
But it is a mimic.
But it is a mimic. Sorry about it. Actually...
But a buff one, not a toothy one.
Oh my.
The door immediately opens. Like, there's no floor in the next room. You just open up, and on the other side, murky water fills the room to, like, just below the bottom of the door. Maybe, like, just low enough that it wouldn't lap out into where you are now.
See, guys?
Dozens. I guess, like, about, like, 24 cadavers just kind of float in the waters beneath you. Occasionally they'll bump into each other against the walls.
Do they look perfectly preserved?
Make perception check.
Is this the Halloween session already?
This is Carrion Crown. It's been a Halloween session since like August.
A 30?
Yes, those the bodies all look perfectly preserved. Yes.
Does anybody have an empty beaker?
Are they all dead?
I mean, they're floating motionlessly, and I did
I
call them.
detect-
I
detect
can detect
evil.
life.
Okay.
And I'm
So-
detecting undead.
Can I detect people not all talking at once?
Sorry.
We detect everything.
Detect all the things. You find a GM who can't comprehend all the words going in his brain at once. Detect life doesn't ping anything. Detect evil pings. And detect undead pings. Yeah, there are a couple of bodies floating in the water that are like they have been perfectly preserved somehow, and they're doing the same thing as everything else, but they're very clearly undead. Probably based on their attitudes, trying to hide.
Trying to hide.
Did we kill them?
I can speak to
They
them.
are undead. They're undead.
Let me speak to them. They are hiding. They may be scared. They may give me information since they might see me as a more powerful undead.
Poke them with the stick.
It does become very clear to you guys that the gaff hook is probably to pull bodies out of this.
So
is this just murky water or some kind of special liquid?
Hard to say, but it looks like water. You need some kind of check to be like, oh, that's formaldehyde.
I'm just wondering because you said that all the bodies are perfectly preserved, but I mean,
Right.
if bodies would soak in normal water, they would become like water corpses, right?
Yeah,
So
they
would be, like,
water
bloated.
slogged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't. That doesn't seem to have happened to them. They're just kind of floating perfectly in
Yeah,
what
so
appears to
deep
be
is it?
water.
I would like to say something to them in neck roll.
Okay.
I say, undead that are humans and humanoids. Who created you, and why?
Give me a social check.
Diplomacy.
A diplomacy bluff. I guess you're not bluffing. Diplomacy or intimidate.
I do find it
Intimidate
somewhat hilarious that we have a person who can just speak to the dead. Like, you zombie over there, talk to me.
You zombie.
I'm
talk
one
to
of
me.
you.
Yeah.
An intimidation.
Okay. So two of the heads, the ones that you guys have pinged, is definitely are not they're not just bodies. They both look up. They look towards each other, then look back at the four of you. Geldern is still at the bottom of the stairs. Back at the four of you. They say nothing. They continue to just kind of float silently.
Do you want me to magic missile them?
Well, they are evil, so they do need to be disposed of.
Oh yeah.
Come up here, Geldon.
We should try to burn to look if the liquid can burn.
I would like to get a sample of the liquid if we're going to burn it.
Yeah, if you start a giant fire, I think that might be a bad thing.
What can go wrong if you set something on fire?
Well, whatever this is could evaporate and create poisonous gas.
Can you ping the living undead or the undead again?
They are, I'll say, here and here.
I mean, I heard that claw gas is really bad.
I take a empty fiole? File? Yeah, empty file.
File.
And
Vial.
fill it with a mysterious liquid.
Okay, easy enough.
And put it back in the bag of holding after closing it.
Understood.
I recommend not doing the tasting test.
No.
I don't want to taste anything that has corpses swimming around in it.
Wait, I have an idea. I say into my mind to my sword hand. Do you know how this liquid is? What this liquid is? How this is preserving them like this?
I do not, master. I only detect our food.
This could be useful. This material. Now I say, Gildan, get over here, blast them.
Okay, so when you say
All
that,
right.
when you say that, Geldern moves up and then we roll for initiative.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I saw the homunculus was on the initiative there at once.
It wants to come back and do a fight.
We throw the homunculus in there to let it fight them.
Perfectly average.
Oh yeah, Olin.
Woo!
16.
I am on top of it today.
You are. And I am not, because I need to add everybody back into the initiative. I got used to Carrion Crown, or not Carrion Crown, but Age of Ashes, where everybody is, in 2nd edition, I mandate you use a actual character sheet, because it's a lot easier to run, and also, like, there's not as much crazy stuff going on in 2nd edition as there is in 1E, so I don't feel bad doing that. But it does make the combats go so much faster. Okay, so I'm going to roll 2d20. Okay.
Well, I think that's probably one of the main reasons why they created 2nd edition.
Yeah, that may be fair. Okay, I need
It has always
Theo. And you get a 16.
It has kind of been always the thing that got critiqued the most about Pathfinder.
True.
That combat takes forever, and that it's pretty much all about math in combat. It's like, oh yeah, you need to take care of this and that, and
Well, right now we
this
need to
and
take
now
care of
add
some
up
zombies.
bonuses.
Molden is first. Molden is muted. Molden is muted!
Great.
Molden,
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
hear
yeah.
a
He's
cat in the
sleeping
background,
again.
My cat woke up.
No, I'm up. I'm sitting on a hard chair. It's actually hurting my butt.
Good.
All
It'll
right,
keep you
I
awake.
will. I'm assuming have disappeared by this point.
Yeah, that's probably a fair statement.
It's been quite a while.
Mm.
So, how deep is this water? That's one of the questions I tried asking earlier.
Yeah, we are very slap happy tonight. I enjoy the fun times, but if we're trying to get information back and forth, we should leave the banter in the Discord chat. But it looks to be maybe like it's a little murky, but it's not so murky that you can't see to the bottom. It's probably like 4 feet deep.
Okay.
Difficult terrain as the medium creature moved into it and tried to attack.
Possible. This is like one of the few times dolphins actually make sense.
Yeah.
Go,
Same with
dolphin, go.
same with like water elementals.
Or like an octopus.
Octopus, yeah, exactly.
Go,
So,
octopodes.
No, not the octopus.
Um,
We saved the octopus.
sorry, what? Don't eat
Never mind.
octopus? What? Alright,
Never mind,
I
Banter.
will actually try to summon some small water elementals.
Okay.
Octopus does taste good.
Actually, type this in.
Waiting for that D4. As I find...
It's 1d3 plus 1.
That's a D4. Might as well do a D4.
Alright.
2.
I shouldn't have deleted the freedoms.
Mm-hmm. 2 water elementals right on top of the
They will be played by
right
mice.
on
today.
top of them.
Right on top of the corpse party.
And if possible, having them flanking because that's, my default.
Okay.
The precision thing.
5, 10, 15, 20. You should be able to. Does that work for you?
Can I see it? Sorry, I'm clicking. Yep, that works. That's beautiful.
Okay, cool.
So gozaimasu. Alright. Small water elemental. They will make their attacks. Oh, they have awesome water mat. They get a +1 to attack and damage if they're touching water. If both them and their opponents are touching water.
Weird how that works. Fair enough.
Like that. Alright. Alright. This. I get 1 attack though. That's kind of sad.
Just that one
Breaking
slam.
the action economy.
1 attack at a time. Okay. 24 hits, a 15 or a 13
Would be a 15 because of flanking. I forgot to add the flanking bonus.
Oh, sure. And they are flat-footed. Okay, yeah, they both hit.
Oh, sweet. Then do they also get precision damage on these, or are these undead immune to precision?
They do get precision damage, yes.
Alrighty then, that's +5.
Well. Okay, if you want to flavor that kill.
The water elemental is just strumming on them and then just start beating the corpses. Because, why not? I already knew which ones were alive because dead tech people.
Okay.
But,
And then, what do I do? How smart am I again?
Do these elementals get attack of opportunity if the corpse tries to swim away?
yeah.
The corpse isn't
Nice.
swimming. The water is about 4 feet deep. The corpse can pick
Okay.
up and stand. And it's going to, as it stands up, you can see very
Doesn't
clearly.
standing up trigger attacks of
It does.
opportunity?
It does not. Please stop interrupting me.
Sorry.
As it the water is not so deep as to where it can't just shift a little. It is floating, but it's not it is floating, hiding. It can stand up, and then it's going to, as it does so, it the stance looks like. Not only is this guy really well preserved, clearly all of his muscles and joints and things are working as he drops into a martial artist stance. And he's going to try to punch one of the water elementals and then kick the other one. Okay. So I just got to find my... Okay, cool. So then I'm just...
You could say the undead are doing the dead man float.
17 to hit the first. Whoops. 13 to hit the
17
second.
does hit.
Alrighty. Plus that. Boom. For 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and then 5 footsteps over
Almost
here.
half.
And on to Fio.
Water's what terrain?
Water is for a medium creature, it's just difficult terrain. You guys can move and attack fine in it. It's just a little slower.
Okay, yeah, then
You could use one of the crossbows. Crossbows.
that wasn't my plan. No, I'll just go back and ready an action.
Okay. And Geldern.
Okay. I currently can't see him from my position.
Okay, that means
I
you
guess
can't see him.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying then probably squeezing to the front
Mm-hmm. Okay.
to here at the door.
Okay, so that square is occupied by Molden. To be able to target him, you'll need to resolve in the water.
Okay. Probably you can step here.
Okay.
And magic missile him.
Okay. You fire the missiles at it, and the missiles go flying, and then they connect with it, and they seem to bounce off harmlessly.
Ooh.
That's cool.
And a Siri.
This is like a
Siri's
magic
gonna
water
shoot
that
it.
protects you from force damage.
And she is going to shoot it with her crossbow.
Okay.
Whoopah!
And it misses.
Aw.
Molden and the water elementals. Mostly the water elementals, but...
Yeah.
wait,
Molden's gonna take a step back and just be like,
Oh, wait, hold on. We never... Chewie didn't
go.
get himself in the initiative. Okay, so I need you guys to make
sorry.
sure, if you can... I am going to mandate that you guys at least have your initiatives correct.
I had a
And-
17.
Okay, cool. You now have a bottom of the initiative, because I forgot you.
Alrighty.
But I am, as I was trying to say, I am going to mandate that you guys have your initiatives set up on your character sheet so you can click your token and have them in there for me. Proceed, Chewie.
Alrighty. So I'll move half speed in the water.
Yeah.
Alright, 5, 10, and right here's a corpse. Or is that the dead corpse?
There are a
Well,
bunch
you're
of
not.
corpses. There's this one here is very clearly looking to kill you.
Oh. Alright, so that's 5, 20. There we go. Now I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to look at what I rolled to hit with. He's on.
Cutting out on any, is he cutting out on anybody else?
Yeah, he's cutting out on me too. A
Yep.
26 does hit though.
Alright.
Okay, that does work.
Thank you very much.
Plus. I added my plus here.
Okay. And if you want to flavor that kill.
Alright. I cut its head off is how I killed that one.
Deal. And it falls over dead, and initiative is off.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this liquid, which I'm still not too sure about.
Okay.
How safe it is.
Well, okay, so I would like to look at this liquid to figure out what kind of liquid it is, because I just watched force missiles literally go off of a corpse. That's pretty amazing.
Hmm.
So I want to find out if this is the liquid's doing.
Okay. There are a lot of checks that could do that.
Okay.
Like knowledge checks, I guess I should say.
Arcana?
It's very clearly just water.
Oh. Okay, that's all I got. I mean,
Oh.
let's let Siri get in there.
No, I was gonna try a spellcraft maybe. It was something.
Spellcraft would
Well, I
certainly.
could probably do a spellcraft to figure out why the magic missile bounced.
You could?
Whoopoo!
It does not appear to be by any magical means. Like, I guess rather I should say like the zombie did not have shield cast on it, or like spell resistance or anything like that.
I'll share this with the group.
Okay.
Does it smell like normal water,
Yeah, for the most part.
despite the corpses?
Probably smells a little worse now that there are a couple of decapitated zombies, but yeah.
Maybe he experimented on the dead to create like miniature Tarasks.
Guys, I think I know what he's doing. These guys made a flesh, well, at least sold the body parts to the guy that made Bob. Them having perfectly preserved bodies here. What if they want a flesh golem that looks alive?
Oh.
Or like infiltrating or something?
Yeah, could you imagine a golem that looks alive like me and you? What it could do?
You could control it.
Not
with a
100% sure. Wouldn't it? I guess. I mean, if it's a flesh golem, it wouldn't detect that it's undead, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Right. You guys figure
Okay.
that out with the doggo, I think. And also
Yeah.
from Bob himself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know if there's magic that is detect construct.
There might be a detect construct, but I don't think we have it.
Yeah. Also seems like some kind of magic that probably most wouldn't have access to.
Yeah.
So I guess that could be useful.
And you could completely control it.
Mm-hmm. The perfect spy. The perfect assassin.
You could probably even replace someone if you could get
You
it to
kill
look
them
just
and
right.
put them in this.
That is quite scary. Of course, the question is how much work it is and how useful it is. They
So
probably
imagine the
couldn't
money
own-
racket. How much
Well,
people
the
would have to pay these
university-
guys.
Yeah. The university, it has so many like valuable artifacts. Maybe someone's trying to replace the professors to gather inside information. I don't know.
And they already stole one artifact. Someone
Yeah.
did.
By the way, could you remind me what artifact got stolen?
It was like a statue.
It was called the Sea Sage effigy. Nobody really knew what it like was or what it did or anything like that. But it was just like a really weird, esoteric looking artifact that has now been stolen.
Maybe you have your water elementals check in the water for it.
You guys would
what's
be able to
this
see
one?
it. The water is not that murky.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
How far can your detect the living reach? Do you think you could find the gnome and the other guy that runs this bleach factory with it, since it looks like there's mostly death here and homunculus?
They'd have to be within 30 feet.
Oh, definitely.
That's not very far.
Nope.
Nope.
Also, most likely he ran away with all the mongrel men, or he escaped through this tunnel. That's also a possibility.
Yeah, let's go to the sewer and look for gnome footprints.
Yeah, or footprints in general, I guess.
Well, what about
Yeah.
that secret passage?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. It leads to the sewer, the secret passage.
Oh,
stuff.
gotcha.
So I'm gonna roll a survival to look for footprints and stuff.
Okay. I assume then Theo unlocks the door again.
Yeah, sure. I also follow the group too.
Now it's a good thing that you didn't manage to completely block the
break
door.
So does this count as tracking? Technically?
Yeah, it totally is.
Alright, then I get to add half my level.
Okay.
Should I roll
Nice.
again?
You don't have to. You've already picked the lock. You know there's nothing scary on the other side.
So with my level being with us being 5, that'd be a +2.
Sure.
Alright.
I will aid.
I will.
Can I re-roll that?
You
My
can
hero
because
point?
you rolled 2d10 instead of 1d20.
Oh.
So yes, please reroll.
And aren't we level 6?
We are.
Oh, we are level 6. Yeah, brain fog.
Chewie quickly levels up his character. Okay, so it's pretty clear. Siri rolled well enough. You guys go looking around. Never mind, you did better. It's obvious, like rats and spiders and things like that have come through here, but no like humanoid footprints anywhere. At least not that aren't like days old.
Alrighty.
Which then further from knowledge checks from last week would tell you that it's probably really likely that at some point the skin stealer had killed a mongrelman and assumed the mongrelman's identity and ran out of the factory when you guys opened the door.
Dang it.
Yeah, the only thing that is kind of confusing us up till now is where the body of that mongrel man is.
Yeah. Well, I think there's 3 things we need to do. We need to see it. We need to make sure we've explored every room. We need to take the vial of the liquid to our professor friend at the college to identify it for us. That might help us. And
By
then,
the way, okay,
how?
talk to the end.
Yeah. And then we need to talk to our guy helping us in the court about what we found here.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. I think
Short question, Tommy.
Yes.
How much time is it till the next day of the trial?
It's tomorrow. It's like 4 in the afternoon. And in case it didn't go over, to be really clear, the water in the vial, are you talking about the water from like the room you just came from?
Yes.
That Molden is like beyond a shadow of a doubt sure that's just water.
Okay.
Okay. So weird. Does it mean that all the corpses are like rather fresh? I guess. If they haven't started bloating yet. Or maybe they someone cast magic on them before putting them in the water. But
Can we
why
rec-
water then in the first place? I guess I can't really try to fathom what crazy people like these think. Maybe I
They
shouldn't try.
they could have used gentle repose. I think that's what they used on the professor at his funeral to keep his body fresh until we got there.
Can we identify any of the corpses?
Not really. They don't. Nobody looks like anybody like anyone would recognize. They just kind of look like people off the street.
Yeah, I also kind of doubt that they would go for high-profile people.
Is the homunculus in the safe I have? Is it like freaking out? Since I know if it's a certain distance, we discovered it's a certain distance away. It freaks out if it's away from its master.
Is the safe in the bag of holding? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you have no idea. You would have to
let's-
like even pulling it out of the bag of holding. The safe is probably stronger than it is, so it's freaking out. Probably wouldn't even come over.
And isn't this bag of holding technically another dimension? So it is technically outside of the range, and it is freaking out inside the safe. I mean, it's safe to assume.
But
I thought you can't do stuff, living stuff in the bag of holding.
remember that a
you can,
homunculus is
but
a construct.
It's not really
Ah,
alive.
yeah, right.
Also, I think you can, but it's not going to be living for long if you do that.
About 10 minutes of air inside a bag of holding, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's also what I remember. So you can put living things in there; they just die real quick.
Okay, then the sentence you shouldn't.
Yes.
It's a great way to sneak up on a goblin.
Awkward
This
silence.
this stuff becomes a lot more interesting once you have like big portable holes, because you can like have one person who's really good at sneaking, and everyone else hides in the portable hole for a short amount of time. Like you go sneak in, everyone else hide in the portable hole.
So, what's the plan, guys?
I think
Well,
we
I guess-
explored everything.
yeah.
I don't know where the gnome went, but I think we explored everything.
Did we explore all the rooms with like a bleach in it?
Yeah, you guys had.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I guess if we explored everything, then we should start bringing all the new evidence away with us.
Well,
Yes.
And
I don't
probably
that
know
thing go to the
also.
sewer?
Do you want to go through the sewers?
through the what?
Through the sewers.
Oh, the sewers.
Yeah.
Might find evidence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good idea.
Oh,
Anybody got prestidigitation to clean us up with?
yes, I do.
Of course.
We're gonna smell so
Actually,
bad.
I don't know.
I don't
Alrighty.
want to do this.
Through the sewers. Come on, everybody. I'll lead the way through the stints.
Mm,
Okay.
Come on, you'll get over it. I swam through 50-year-old bloody muddy water.
That
Oh, I
water was
wanted
not
to.
that.
I was in a coffin with you.
It was after the coffin.
Okay, so I guess if you guys are moving through the sewers, whoever is
I locked the door behind us and, yeah,
okay,
lock it.
whoever is leading the pack, if you can make a survival check.
Alrighty.
Well, Chewie had the idea, so he gets to
28.
Okay, I'm just checking the man. I cannot think right now. I'm checking to see what the modifier is for not being able to see the sun, but the 28 should be good enough. Okay.
I'm good without the sun. The sun hurts.
Or like anything at all to figure out where you're going because you're moving through a sewer. Yep, that's good enough. You can come out wherever you want, basically.
Where should we go, guys? Where should we, pop out at?
We
Well,
should see
I
if there's a spot
mean,
near the
Lighthouse.
university.
All right,
Yeah.
I'd like to take him near the university.
Okay. And so it was, and I will turn off the map on OBS. And you guys come out a couple blocks outside of it.
By the way, could you check if there are like signs that someone moved through here, like near the university?
Yeah, is there any signs that people's use the sewer to get to the university?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh well.
You guys make it there.
So we got the giant skin, right?
Yeah. I think we took all the skin. I'm not sure.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is going to be quite a
All the-
fuss since we've been accused of necromancy.
All the skins in the bag of holding.
We're going to get the rest of our stuff messy.
It's okay. You'll get used to it.
Should
Yeah.
we hand in some of the evidence?
Yeah, we should hand it in after we talk to the professor to see what he knows about what that water could have been.
Okay. I want to say it one more time so everyone hears me. It's just water.
Okay.
There's nothing to it. It's water.
Then I'll
Does
ask
anyone
him
have
to
any
say that.
questions about the water? I'll answer them right now. It's water, you paranoid bastards.
Okay.
So
Achilles
what
is
are
also
the
disgruntled.
molecules like?
I'm sorry, what?
What are the water's molecules like?
I don't know. I'm not a damn scientist. H2O
Hydrogen, oxygen.
and two of a thing. But yeah, no, it's literally just water. You guys, I guess actually really fast, what I can say is from all of the digging around in here, it's, I won't say beyond, no, I will, because you know that the beast apparently had been bitten on the shoulder by a blood caiman. You now have identified there is a skin stealer running this place, and you found a much bigger body. I know. Go lay down, buddy. A much bigger body with blood caiman bites in it, which, like, that's almost enough in and of itself to prove the beast's innocence right there. Because, like, here is that thing that was saw. Here is what the witness described. In addition to that, you can tell that there's, to what extent, it's hard to say, but it's probably over a lot of Ustalav. Like, these people are trafficking in corpses. Probably mostly for the sake of the skin stealer to be able to assume other identities on a whim. There's probably, on a much, much smaller scale, there are several OSHA violations in regards to the treatment of those mongrel men. But other than that...
That seems minor. That's kind of like if you would read of the crimes of the Joker, and you have like several thousand cases of murder, and then you have like the other cases of other crimes, and you're like, oh man, that doesn't seem that important when you compare it to like several thousand cases of murder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
You also have on that note as well, you can also pin the maybe not necessarily the skin stealer, but you can link Vorkstag and Grind's chemic works to the Carbile Sanctuary by like all of the ledgers you've found.
Yeah, also we can probably cause a lot of problems for a lot of people because the ledger says to which people they sold stuff.
And on a final note, really quickly, if everybody who has it could give me a knowledge nature check.
Woo!
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. No one needs to roll anything else. Molden has it.
Okay.
And Molden just has the DC. Molden, as you guys are thinking about it, you realize that a skin stealer is a Fae. Fae, unless like otherwise stated, the norm for Fae is that they do not have dark vision. And you guys found a potion of dark vision where the thing that was bitten by the blood caiman was. And you have found a lot of
Boom.
alchemical stuff here. And all of that seems to link up.
Yeah.
So far as the only really, you don't have any connection for anybody here. I say a lot when I'm flavor texting and extrapolating. I realize that now, but you don't have any connection with these guys to Hergstag. But that's the only one. The other two, very clearly in one case, here's the culprit. In the other case, they were very involved.
But we proved
No.
his innocent in Hergstag.
Yeah, in Hergstag, you've proven that it was a wraith.
Yeah. The only,
There was
only
also
problem
missing
is...
body.
It's
Go on.
true, the graves were empty, right?
Yeah, the graves were, a couple of them were empty, but then you found the bodies from the graves that were empty in the hole, where above where the wraith was. So that's why they were empty. Why that happened, you're not sure, but no, we've gone through that day of the trial. You guys, because you've probably heard it, you guys have figured out that my cat wants out really bad, but also the graves were empty because they buried someone who they didn't have a body for. There was still a ceremony that happened, but that was it. My cat really would like to go out that door.
Yeah,
Just
I
take
hear
2
the
seconds.
swiping sounds.
All right, cool. We're good. I saved the day. I had to yell at my cat, but it's okay. Child abuse.
Hey,
Child abuse is not cool. Do not do that shit. I'm recovering from that right now. God damn it. But in any case, onward.
Also, we have cat people in the group.
exactly.
Good transition. Well done. Well played. Well played.
Then I think we should go and talk to the lawyer we're partnered with. I forget what they called him, but go talk to him. And bring
A
up the
barrister, but that's the fantasy word for lawyer, or not the fantasy word, the medieval word for lawyer.
A barrister?
Yeah.
I'd be able to go through those documents a little bit better than we could.
Yeah, that's true.
Also tracks.
Oh, and can anyone cast prestidigitation before we walk in there?
Yes, I will spam that on all of us until we smell like flowers again.
And clean.
Well, that's included. If you don't clean you, then I can't get the smell out. So I have to clean you first.
I can see we got our personal laundry mat now.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you guys swing on back over to the courthouse.
Yeah,
obviously,
as soon as we don't smell anymore.
Which, that takes a couple of seconds for you. And
especially the ones with fur.
Yeah, again, it takes a couple of seconds for you. The barrister is in fact there. He goes over all the evidence and basically corroborates everything I've said. That you guys have enough evidence right here, even not even counting the events at the sanctuary, to prove the beast's innocence.
Yes.
Do you think it would be I asked him, do you think it'd be a good idea to get the witness that saw the blood came and bite back then again or no?
It's not necessarily a thing that has to happen because he's already put his testimony before the court.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm. But this was really good. The only problem is now there are new people that are probably being investigated.
And I asked
especially with
him
this
what's the
lecture.
best... Yeah.
What is
I have
Cheide
a
asking?
question for the barrister.
Okay.
What would be the proper protocol since this evidence points to Graves and Voinstad?
Vorgstag and
Vorgstag,
Grime.
yeah. Vorgstag and Grime. What would be the proper protocol I ask him to do?
He just kind of looks at his papers and looks up and looks back and, well, I think that's out of our hands. I think that this has opened up an entirely different case. I'm sorry. Do you guys show him the actual skins that were stolen?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So,
I mean, we want him at least to show him the big one with the caiman bite, and probably the others too, to show hey, here, because there's so many skins, we believe that it's a skin stealer.
Could say
Skin walker.
it had to have been just a half human, half lycanthrope. I'm really sure. Okay, so he goes through them a bunch and just yes, this is, and the skins have enough. Like the face is intact, like a hood on a jacket, in such a way that it can be identified. That's the Miller of Hargan. That's the Olga Slovech, Borgos Angemo, Dr. Katerina Wilt. Several of these people have been missing for months. This is amazing. As far as protocol
really
goes, I imagine there are at least one skin stealer. You said that's very clearly that they will be arrested and brought to justice, assuming they haven't run off somewhere.
Speaking of that, I think this is the point where we get out the safe.
Okay.
And carefully try to show him the captured construct in there.
Okay.
Then tell him about the whole this creature starts freaking out if its master is more than 1 mile away from it.
Okay.
Is it currently freaking out?
No, it's just kind of laying there. It if you didn't know better, you would assume it suffocated. It's just kind of laying in the box.
Okay. So as you can see that it's currently not freaking out, which should mean that its master is within 1 mile of us, which is kind of disturbing.
How? I nudged Molden since he knew that I whispered as how do you tell who's a skin stealer? I think this is in your specialties.
Oh, it's a Fae. Don't Fae have the silver or no the iron? Iron was it, right?
Cold
I
iron.
don't know.
Cold iron.
Yeah, cold iron.
Didn't we have stuff with cold iron?
Yeah, I think one of the codes that the coatings that we just found was cold iron, wasn't it?
Out of game,
Yes.
I'm worried who's a skin stealer and who's not. I'm like, is he a skin stealer? Is he not a skin stealer?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same, but I don't want to be too paranoid.
Well, I'm pretty sure that in Uslav we'll be able to find a cold iron dagger in pretty much every shop, every armor smith around here.
Not
There's
necessarily.
cold iron.
You would expect to find silver more, or
Really?
like failing that like myth roll, because cold iron doesn't hurt like the stuff you expect to find in Gothic horror. You want silver.
Hmm.
Okay.
Cold iron is like fae, devils, things like that.
Yeah.
Hmm. I thought they would have everything
Yeah, I
because
also
they do
think
have
that-
everything here.
Hmm. I also think that probably more people are worried about like were creatures than about Fae.
Yeah, certainly. Like as you guys have proven, fae exist. The fae are here, but they aren't as prevalent as say vampires or werewolves or the undead.
The king of the
Also,
night.
from what I think, isn't it somewhat common knowledge that Fae usually stay away from civilization?
Yeah, the more like well-known fae for like sprites or dryads, for example. Yeah, civilization's not really their thing. To find a fae in anywhere, but also like in Ustalav, you would usually like out in the middle of the woods or in water or something like that.
Hmm.
They might be coming to the court case to try and pull an assassination or something. I don't know. We might
We
want
could
to ask that people lock it down after everyone comes in and then test everyone with the cold iron.
Yeah. Well, I somewhat agree with you, but at the same time, you know what we're gonna do with the city if it causes us a mass panic by suggesting that we have a skin stealer around.
Within 1 mile of us.
Also, another thing to remember is you guys, unless there's a bit of loot I'm missing, you guys have 5 rounds of cold iron blanching. So that'll
Wait,
take
I mean,
5 people.
I mean, if you want to do that, we would probably try to go to a shop and buy something that's actually made with cold iron.
Okay, fair enough. I just wanted to make sure that was clear before this plan goes running in, and I say that you test 5 people, and now what?
Yeah. It's true. We did speak about the coatings earlier, so it makes sense that you would assume that. Yeah. I guess in any case, we probably should go to a shop and buy a piece of something with cold iron, just so that we can test people and things.
Where's the spooky guy? Stranger,
Who's the spooky
even
guy?
stranger.
How do we call him?
This is Ustalov. Which spooky guy? How many spooky people have you met?
Even the tradesman, the even stranger.
Yes, even stranger.
Oh, okay. That's all I needed. He does not appear. You don't know how to call him.
Yeah, he said that he would.
He
show
come
up
find
when
you
we-
when he's ready for you, stranger.
Yeah,
And he'll ask you, what are you buying? But not right now.
yeah.
If Siri gets this
Also-
weird feeling she's not at a save point right now.
Maybe it's also he seems to come to us while we are on the road. Yeah, what Molden is saying. I think we should now before it's too late, because I think it's like 4 p.m. or something.
Yeah, at
Probably
this point, it was 4
later.
p.m. when we started. It would take you guys... like, Chewie knew where Chewie was going, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's not a little bit of trial and error moving through sewers to get where you are. At this point, it's probably closer to evening.
Okay. Are shops already closed, or do we still have a little bit of time before our shops close?
If you were to hurry.
Okay, I think I will hurry and try to buy us
Go
like
in pairs
a
of
dagger
2.
made of cold iron.
Take me or Molden with you, and the rest of us should stay here and guard the
Yeah.
evidence.
I will take Molden with me because he's
Yes.
also quite interested in getting something made of cold iron, I think.
Okay. And so it was. You guys can, whatever the going price is for a cold iron version of whatever weapon you're looking for, you may purchase it.
Okay, you will buy a cold iron dagger.
Okay, deal.
Same. I will buy a cold iron dagger as well.
Okay, cool. And you are able to do so. Time continues a passing. Anybody else got anything they want to do? I should
No.
say. Okay. So then my next question is, where does everybody... My cat would like to go out. I'm going to let my cat out the door really quickly. Cat, you must run. I'm not nearly as close to my door as I used to be. Go, run, free, beast, and then meow in 2 seconds that you want back in. These are my struggles as a cat man. Okay.
Cat owner, yeah. That's why we have in our house have those cat doors in all the doors, so the cat can just go out themselves.
When I make the transition from apartment to house, yeah, that doesn't sound horrible. Okay, so where does everybody want to stay tonight?
I think we should all stick together, and we should all watch each other to make sure nothing happens.
Someone
And we
has
should
very,
check-
very clearly had a bad experience with a doppelganger at some point. Just calling that. I'm sensing some problems with doppelgangers.
But shouldn't we?
I did have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a 5e game too.
I
should
had to
check
deal
with
with a
Laura,
doppelganger.
We should check with Kendra. I'm worried about her.
Also, cold iron just doubles the normal cost. So a dagger is like 1 gold, I think. So 2 gold per dagger. We
That
buy
sounds right.
2. So 4 gold.
Okay, cool.
So, each of us gets a dagger. That'd be cool.
Yeah, okay. Just buy a dagger for everyone, I guess.
Okay,
I
sounds
mean-
good.
You never know when you're going to need cold iron.
Yeah. Okay, so we buy 5 daggers. It's 10 gold.
And okay,
I ask if I can get a price reduction because we're buying in bulk.
You cannot.
Damn it!
Assyria, if you want to get Kendra here, so we can all be together just to make sure she's safe, take one of us with you. Always go in pairs of 2. Don't go alone.
Makes sense.
She isn't alone here. She has Lulu.
I know
Who's also with
she has
him?
Lulu, but someone else. Lulu is good, but someone with a sword or something.
Yeah, Lulu or a swordsman.
Yes, we start by putting the homunculus back in the bag of holding in the lockbox.
Okay,
Tied up and blindfolded.
of course.
So, do you think I need a rules thing? I might need to do a check, but a skin changer, would being able to see through magical disguises of the same spell level or lower help, maybe?
Skin stealer. There's a lot of things that are skin
Yes.
in like TTRPGs at large, and I want to make sure I get the name right, so you're not expecting to fight a skinwalker or fight those things we fought in Rune Lord's Emmy. You know what I'm talking about. I can't think what they're called right now, but those.
Yeah. Also, I think at the start I called it skin crawler.
That as well is a thing. You can make a knowledge nature, yeah, if you would.
Gotcha.
Can we talk to the judge by any chance?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, we should probably warn him about the skin stealer,
Yeah.
because he actually might be the primary target. I mean, if I was trying to.
That's very true.
Okay. And the question,
There's that.
again, remind me, Emmy, was can detect magic ping a skin stealer?
Not detect magic, pierce disguise.
What exactly does that do?
Pierce disguise.
See
Well,
through
yes, but,
magical
like-
disguises, whether illusions or polymorph effects of the same spell level or lower.
Is that all it does?
This allows you to see the true forms of creatures magically disguised by such methods. The true form appears as a ghostly overlay of the creature's disguised appearance. On the creature's disguised appearance.
Okay, so yeah, with you guys have the fact that you have the skins, shall I say, is enough for you to know that a skin stealer is not doing what it does magically. It does it supernaturally. The only rule in the first world is that there are no rules. It's you can breathe. A skin stealer can pick up someone's skin, put it on their body, and then poof.
Yeah, that's kind of also what I assumed.
But that said, you can still, like, in the same way, actually, it's a little smaller. I might have this wrong, actually, but if I remember correctly, like right now, Theo has a +20 on disguise checks to appear as a human before any charisma or ranks in bluff, or ranks in disguise, what even. So, like, you guys could sense motive Theo out in the same way you could sense motive out a skin stealer. There will be, like, subtle tells.
I look at Molden. You're good at that stuff, right?
As long as I'm rolling good, yeah.
What
is
you mean?
rolling?
While you're on a roll? You mean?
I guess it's all about the fates.
Yeah. Fate is a fickle thing, though.
Molden tries so hard to not speak in game terms. Okay. So wanted to go talk to the judge was the next thing I had heard.
Sometimes it's really
Can we
hard.
make sure we got the evidence with us, but the evidence isn't tampered with?
Yeah, you
Hear
guys,
all the evidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
The judge sees it. The judge nods thoughtfully, and basically everybody who's coming and going in the courtroom is of the opinion that, like, the last day of the trial is going to happen. The witness will be called. The beast will stand for, so people can accuse the beast of the Carbile events, but you have some. Yeah, no, he didn't do it.
Yeah. Also, I think at this point it becomes rather obvious that someone is trying to frame the beast.
Make a sense motive check.
I mean, if we have like several places where the beast is supposed to have done something, and now we have this skin crawler that shows who has done the things in reality. So it kind of means that someone is trying to put the blame on the beast, right?
Molden doesn't think that's necessarily the case. It seems to be like not necessarily that they're trying to blame the beast, more so that they are using, because even like Molden had heard about it before Molden was called out here so long ago, like rumors that the beast of Lepidstadt had existed. Another good way to put it is, if you were in Varizia, you might not necessarily be the Sandpoint Devil, but when something bad happens, it could be blamed just as easily on like an urban legend, basically. The Skin Stealer has done just enough to like look like a big scary monster, but you guys can you can go get the big weird looking skin and you can go put it next to Bob. They don't look similar. They can kind of sort of pass the same in the dark, but in the same way that like a shambling mound or a hill giant would. It's just the size and the bulk.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm trying to say wasn't like that he wanted to specifically get the beast into trouble, but more like that it's obvious that he tried to pass off as a beast so someone else could take the blame.
Okay, fair enough. And Molden thinks that's probably accurate, yeah. Enough to where, not someone else, but it would be blamed on an urban legend and no one would look into it.
Yeah.
It is what becomes weird, I'll say, is all of these things clearly happened and clearly were the fault of Vorkstag and Grind. But what you don't know is how the beast ended up at the university. The beast is not on trial for that. He just happened to be caught there.
Yeah, that's also one of the things that I was really confused about. Because before I always thought that maybe the person was controlling the beast in some kind of way. But now that we have the whole skin crawler thing, I was like, but if he just wants to appear as if it was the beast's fault, then he wouldn't actually need the beast.
Yeah, that is
right?
All of that seems to track. Molden had a thing though.
Sorry, no, I forgot it. Okay. Oh, so I want to be sense motivating on everybody we meet now because of the skin stealer.
The skin walker crawler stealer, the skin boy, all those people with the skins. Yeah, that's fair. It's you can roll them as often as you would like to. I guess I'm gonna speak in meta, but if you were to run into somebody who is trying to disguise themselves, there would be a secret check rolled and we would go from there. But I understand that Molden is suspicious.
So I will be. That's what I'm telling you, so that you can roll it. I have a plus 15, so you can do all the secret checks.
Cool, sounds good.
Okay.
So you guys have talked to the judge, you've talked to the barrister. It's very obvious that the night's gonna pass. We're gonna come to tomorrow. The trial will go through what it goes through. You guys present that evidence, and then the beast is exonerated, and now we're searching Lepidstadt for Fae, basically.
Mm. Well, at least we gave the people a new supernatural target that they can try to hunt.
Yeah, worst case scenario, this goes down in history as a different urban legend. Probably not a fae, probably something more like a vampire stealing people's bodies in the night or something like that.
Oh dear, we don't need more rumors about us.
Yeah, I think the only thing we might have ruined is all those merchants trying to sell effigies of the beast that people wanted to burn. Because now they can't get those sold as easily.
I mean, to be clear, that is still happening. That's as you guys are, and I guess I should have said that as people go shopping. I had to pee real bad. I'm sorry about that. But after day 2 of the trial, really quickly remind me, Emmy, were you here for day 2 of the trial?
Day 2 of the trial? Yes.
Okay, so everyone remembers what happened, and there was a huge hoopla, and they're everybody went out of court that day as far as the hoi polloi are concerned with a disgruntled, almost mob attitude. If anything, over the rest of the day, like, more effigies of the beast have been purchased.
We will get Gibbs eventually. Don't worry. One of these days, I tell you, one of these days.
One of these days. Anything else you guys want to do today?
Today, probably not. I can't think of anything. Any one of you can think of anything?
Well, I can't think of anything to do for today, but But in the morning before the trial, get everybody the equivalent of Starbucks.
I mean,
I would like to.
keep watch is a thing. It's better than Starbucks.
I would like to organize our evidence as best as we can and making sure that it's as succinct and stuff like that, and trying to make it as professional as possible to possibly get a bonus, maybe, sure, on our checks.
Yeah, with a bunch of barristers there, with the literal, like, the judges are seeing this. The judge who hired you to, like, be where she could not be sees it, and she's happy about it. It's not hard. Everything is there. You could show up waving the skin and, he didn't do it, and that's all you need.
Yeah, also, I think at some point, I don't know if this talking with a judge already took care of that, but we should probably inform, like, the guards or something about the whole factory and stuff. They probably want to go through that on their own, too.
Yeah, at this point, once you guys have told people in charge, there's probably people actively doing that right now.
Good. Just wanted to make sure. Because usually going to the judge is not the same thing as, like, going to the city guard.
Right. I mean, it's not, but, like, people are moving around, and unless somebody tells me, like, specifically, I do not want someone to know this, then they don't. But, like, it's assumed that everyone is talking to everyone. In any case, you guys bed down for the night.
Yeah, for everyone who needs to prepare spells in advance, try to prepare your spells in mind with we might have a riot on our hands tomorrow.
Actually, we don't quite get to tomorrow. I'm assuming you guys have all slept in the courthouse so far. I'm assuming that happens again. It gets to be maybe a couple of hours, probably more like 10, 11 p.m. You guys start seeing, like, torches on the horizon, and it's not long before, in fact, there is a riot on your hands.
Well, dang.
By the way, it seems like we're leaving every place with, like, a riot.
We're rioters.
So far, we have been in 2 places, and both places started a riot.
Accurate. That isn't necessarily y'all's fault. That's a function of, like, Ustalav at large. But anyway, lots of people come, like, this is going to be theater of the mind. There was a building for this, but I think it works a little better off the grid. We'll do it TOTM. If everybody, I assume whoever's on watch wakes people up. Casters, you have not rested enough to get your spells back. If everybody can make a perception check.
All right. Oh, first time that I can the thing.
I'm assuming it's dark.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there are a lot of torches, so not really. Shooting.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Killing it today.
Not initiative, perception.
That's your second natural 20 in perception today.
I know, I can perceive all.
Man. You really can't complain about his eyesight. I mean, like, his body, it looks really bad, but his eyesight, damn.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, as you all make your way, like, out, not outside the courthouse, but to the front where the windows are, it looks to be, people are still kind of assembling around, but probably around, like, 50 or so people, give or take. That said, as you guys go wandering around, as you guys go to the front, coming up from, like, an alley to the side of the church, there's a group of people, and In particular, Theo notices this, and I guess also Edgar. But an old dwarven man who you once saw sitting on the corner begging for gold, and Theo gave him a gold. There's a group coming up from the alley, probably about 10 people all told. Somebody up front who is like egging them on. Basically, a lot of these people, as you can hear them shouting, sound pretty deep in their cups. That dwarf man shows up, and you hear him shout something in. Does anybody speak Dwarven?
No, I don't.
Nope.
No.
Something in Dwarven, and then those 10 people go away. The dwarf man, Theo, sees it. He can't see through the windows, but he looks back through the window where Theo is, and Theo sees him wink, and then he goes away.
Gold coin. Roll.
While
Well,
leaving the evidence room, I would like to place bear traps to secure the room.
Okay, sounds good. You certainly have a whole bunch of those. Okay, the crowd assembles. You all hear, again, a lot of it is pretty slurred, but it's just kind of like, burn the beast, over and over again. It's pretty clear, unless you guys do something like right now, these guys are going to storm the courthouse. It looks like they're going to try to take justice into their own hands today.
All right. Who's good at talking, y'all?
Yeah, I think I will do the talking, but I probably should do some visual support.
Summon a lantern archon.
Okay. The spell resolves. The Archon appears. People get a little like, oh, as an outsider appears that they maybe don't know what is, but nothing else.
Lawful good.
Well, it looks like an angel somewhat, right?
The Lantern Archon just kind of looks like a big floaty ball of light. And yes, it's lawful
Okay.
good, but the average townsfolk has like 8 intelligence and 10 wisdom. Unless they happen to be like in the church, they might not be able to identify that from like a will-o-wisp.
Okay. I will use major image to have it appear as if like a large amount of really, really well armed guards, and like, I don't know, make them appear in like shiny full plate or something, come out of and pretty much stay in front of the guardhouse to make it less appealing for them to attack.
Okay, sounds good.
And
Maybe with
probably then I will try to talk them down now that they maybe feel less inclined.
On your illusion, you should also make it so that they have the raiment of some sort of deity that is very widely worshipped here, a good one especially.
Yeah.
It's from that deity,
Fahrenheit?
standing up.
Desna?
Yeah.
Or whichever one they worship here.
Abadar would
Well-
be a good choice for Pharasma. Abadar and Pharasma.
Assyria is going to
Probably
go
Alda.
to the
I mean,
beast and-
Pharasma is also good, but Pharasma's a bit more
Yeah.
sinister with the whole having the domain of death, I think. So
That's fair. What was Assyria going to say?
Assyria is going to go to Bob and be ready to basically make a break for it if things get out of hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not going to unless that happens, but she will be like ready.
Okay, cool. So Theo is setting up traps outside the evidence room. Molden and Geldern are doing magic-y things. The shaman is the last line of defense. What's Edgar doing?
Well, I think I would help the shaman be more of a line of defense.
Okay. So then, as this is going on, the first wave, shall we say, will be our Inquisitor and our Sorcerer. You guys do the things you do. Probability is a weird thing. And they come out. Some people obviously are able to tell that it's an illusion, and it's a jammed illusion, burn the beast, and all that over and over. But some people, well and truly, do disperse.
Nice.
The same is true for the Archon. Some people see it and point and shout, Will-o-wisp! Some people point and shout, Lantern Archon! Some people point and shout, it's a blue light! Ooh! Because, not everybody knows what that is.
That's awesome. I love that.
That said, You guys both have dark vision, the fetchling and the tiefling. Even without it, like you can see through the torchlight. It looks like 4 townsfolk. 2 of them are like they're 2 by 2, and both of them are carrying about as big as like 2 human arms put together, or maybe more like 4. And it has like a little handle on each side, a portable ram. They're moving towards the door. There's somebody walking behind them who stands a little taller and clearly has themselves together a little bit. They are...
Do like an inside check on that person.
Okay, yeah, give me a sense motive, the both of you, really quickly.
Let me see.
Do we finally get to kill him? Is he the...
It's Gibbs! It's Gibbs first!
I knew it. It was always Gibbs.
It's always Gibbs. I'm just gonna... Gibbs is actually the whispering tyrant. And we're just gonna wait on that. Okay, so Geldern's not quite as sure, but Molden, the situation here is bad, and clearly at some point they're gonna make enough ruckus that the real guards are gonna show up. But it's also a very delicate one, because if this is pushed a little too hard, it could really easily turn into a massacre, even just like somebody drops a torch and then, right?
Yeah.
So very clearly, you don't want these guys to actually kill the beast, but like, despite the fact that they are displaying violence, and the guy who clears to be like the ringleader is carrying a crossbow, and he like points it in the direction of the building. Killing them might not be the best idea.
No, I don't want to kill them. I want to try to use diplomacy and pretty much try to appeal to their lawfulness and remind them to let the court system do its job and stuff like that. I will try to do a diplomacy check in that direction and see if I can maybe at least further reduce the numbers of people.
Okay, sounds
if
good.
not disperse the...
Okay.
I would like to do
Mob.
intimidation to possibly help. And
Good cop,
I would
bad
like
cop.
to say,
Yeah.
stop in the name of the court.
Oh!
Remember when that got you a level in session 1? I do too.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so the first group, Molden, or damn it, I always do that, and I don't know why. Geldern says what Geldern says, and the first group drops their ram and takes off. The second group keeps moving, and they do make it to the door. And the door is pretty sturdy, and these guys are far from beefy, but they do, like, run the ram into the front of the door.
Okay.
I would like to move the Lantern Archon directly over them so that they are under the aura of menace directly. So that hopefully that they have to make will saves, and if they fail, they
Okay, what happens if they fail? Because all 3 of them
just
just
attack and attack penalties, AC penalties, and saves in the next 24 hours.
So they're basically shaken.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, that
They
happens.
should be easier to intimidate and whatnot.
Okay. They continue, they look shaken. They continue to like ram into the door. At this point, a second group comes up carrying like just 2 more people with a portable ram, because the guy who's clearly, I won't say in charge, I will say like has their wits about them the most to whip up a crowd, has called up 2 more people. And he continues and he turns back in your direction. Just, listen, you damned outlanders, get out of the way, you speak of justice. We got our own justice here in Lepidstadt.
I think I can make it harder for these people. I use light and do the eclipse spell, which turns it to making everything darker, which should counteract all their torches when they try to get close. So they can't see anything when they get close.
That is a thing.
That is actually true. We can make it so that they can't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it will be complete darkness for them if they step into here, and because mine is magical, it should beat their torches.
So
And I'll move my Lantern Archon outside of that aura too. So.
I'm like 90% sure, unless somebody can prove me wrong, a spell with the darkness descriptor counteracts a spell with the light descriptor, but I don't think it shuts off an actual torch. And there are enough torches out here that it's pretty bright out. So you could make it Dropping the light by 1 step would move it from like normal to dim light.
I always thought.
Yeah, but
I
it's
thought
already dark, right? That's
It's-
why they have torches in the first place.
Right,
I
but
thought darkness actually turns off all torches.
I would need some kind of like and also he's not casting darkness. He is using an eclipse spell, which instead of raising the light level lowers it. And it is dark
Yeah.
out, but there are enough torches putting out enough light in enough different radiuses that like one casting of a spell that would drop the light level would just make it a little shadowy where they are.
Dang it.
Which is probably still good for you. It would move it to dim light, but not like darkness or magical darkness.
I don't think I got darkness yet. I think I'm actually 1 level away from darkness.
Sounds right.
Question. Am I at least 15, 20 feet away?
Yeah, you're pretty far away. You're on a different level. The beast is stored in the basement.
Alrighty. I could put all the torches out within a 15-foot radius.
But again, you are
Yeah.
underground and line of effect is a thing. How do you do that though?
My hands hunger. Any torches within that.
Wind tunnel.
Yeah, I can set them off as it consumes the flame.
Dang,
Well,
that would do it.
so
Unfortunately,
my major image is still going, and since the people who got scared off by the guards got already left, can't I just use the major image to make it appear that there's complete darkness there, so that only people who actually make the save can see in this region?
No, I would like to add to effect by having my Lantern Archon fly all over every single person, so that they all get Aura Menace, so that they have a chance to lose the saves for for all effects.
okay, that makes sense. And yeah, silent image, or that's it. The illusion spell in question,
Major image.
yeah, would be able to do that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I will do that in that case. I will try to create complete darkness because I want to try to make them give up without actually attacking them, and robbing their vision seems like a good way to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so they have a -2 on their saves. What's my DC?
I think the DC should be 21. Let me see. Major image is 3. Yeah, I get a bonus from my headband. That's new.
The
And
-2,
it's an illusion
that's
spell.
awesome.
Yeah,
And don't
so
you get a bonus?
yeah, the
if you
DC
adopt-
is. Oh, and I'm also in the darkness, so the DC is currently 22.
Okay. Yeah.
With the -2, they almost can't succeed.
Yeah, they definitely would have to roll really well. They just, oh, turn out the damn lights. What's going on here? They're still at the door. They can't see what's going on, but they know a door is in front of them. So the one that did make it to the stairs, the other one's like floundering somewhere, but the one that did make it to the stairs hits the door again. This time the door kind of creaks a little.
Do they have trouble now synchronizing stuff though, because they can't see each other anymore?
They can communicate and they can feel the pull on the thing, so they can still do the thing. But like when that door opens, they won't see anything.
Oh man, I'm somewhat tempted to start using Ray of Enfeeblement on them, so they're too weak to do it. But when I start doing energy, draining their strength score, I think that might be going a bit too far.
I would actually like to try to get in front. I want to put something in front of them, in front of the door, to stop the ram at all possibilities. Like if they hit a person, basically.
Okay, sure, that makes sense to me. You can. There's enough bookshelves and benches and things like that Molden could brace the door. As that's going on, I wanna. You two are doing that. I will bounce to, I guess, Theo. The only other person who's up top. I have a map. I know where the evidence room is. You would hope the evidence room is a nice and very safe one. Somewhere very far from where, actually, there's a window, I'll say, Theo. I mostly say that because I don't really like the way Trial of the Beast is put together. So it's in my hands now. as Theo, you are setting up these bear traps. You hear the sound of something thunk against the window. You turn up just in time to see like a group of about we'll say like 4 people. They're throwing rocks at it. They're not throwing them with enough force to. You guys have had these issues already, but like they're not throwing them with enough force to break the window. But like, if somebody got lucky or got enough momentum, they certainly could.
Okay. I will place beer traps under the window, so if they break it, they will land or climb right into them. And then, do I know how much or how far away the others are?
They are maybe like I want to say like 50 feet away or so. This is what's happening with you is happening at the same time as this is probably around the time the first illusion spell is cast. So they're presently doing something.
No, I still yell that that something is happening right now. I can't yell quite now because my girlfriend is sleeping, but
sure, I understand. Alrighty, fair enough.
I just checked. I really am 1 level away from getting deeper darkness. God dang it!
Should have gone and killed some mud crabs, boyo. Okay, fair enough. So that happens.
You're saying that, but we are leveling with milestones. That wouldn't have done anything.
Should have skipped this part. You should have said, Tommy, take me straight to the boss monster. I'm done with this book, and then I'll do the rest of the book after. Actually, you guys are over-leveled accidentally for where you should be, because the Carrion Crown Book 2 is put together really weird. But that's a different story. Okay, so Theo is just, if you come in that window, it's going to hurt you. You guys are setting everything. I'll say eventually the window does break. I'll say the window breaks probably around the time that Molden gets like a bookshelf in between the front door and the mob, and both of you hear it. Asiri, I don't want to say Chewie. Asiri and Edgar, you guys might maybe hear like a faint thunking noise, but not much more than anything else. The beast is terrified.
Can they hear my yell?
They can't
Me
hear
yelling?
you. They're underground. There's like a door is shut and they're in the basement somewhere else. But I guess actually let's cut to Chewie and Emmy real quick. The beast is terrified. The beast is, despite his arms being like twice the size of Edgar's legs, he's sitting in his chair and shaking and rocking back and forth. Not really saying a whole lot, but just looking around a bunch.
Everything will be alright. Me and Asiri will protect you.
No. He nods.
Can I do a survival check to see if there's any good escape routes?
That'd be like a perception check.
Okay. Perception works.
The beasts of Lepidstadt's cell, I almost tripped on that really hard, is in fact not set up in the woods. Might be a little safer right now. Okay, perception check. So, sorry, again, like I said, this map is put together by, like, me when I first started playing Dungeons and Dragons could have put a book together better than this. This is, I do not lack. So, the guards have arrived. Sorry, I heard the sirens go off. You guys are downstairs. There's a couple of other cells down here, but the only way out from where you guys are right now is the stairs leading up. Those stairs lead up to, like, basically you'll get dumped out into, God, why can I not think of it? Like the courtroom proper. When someone is taken to trial, people will come in the front doors, and as you do so, you pass a staircase. That staircase leads down to holding cells, and that's how you walk somebody into court without them getting attacked by mobs, basically. So you'll come out right at the front door.
Hmm.
Anything else you two want to do?
Perhaps we could start barricading because we're the last line of defense, which means they have to come down here.
Mm-hmm. Where you guys are, unfortunately, there's not a lot of barricading. Like, there's nothing down here to barricade a door with. There is a...
Is that...
Good.
Use the flesh golem. He's tough.
No. Is there, like, manacles or chains, spare ones we could use?
Not that you have
Could help.
access to. The only manacles are around the beast. The other 3 cells are open and empty.
So is he in some way like still trapped inside of a cage, or is it something where he could easily get out?
Give me a sense motive check. You know what? Actually, if you would.
Interesting. I am not trained in that, but I'll do my best.
You're wisdom based.
Barely. Wisdom / Cha? Yeah, I think Cha. Woo.
Okay. Chewie, you could do the same thing.
Alrighty.
Can I do a call on my spirit for guidance so I can re-roll that?
Sure. Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
And it, what do we roll again?
Again, it's sense motive.
Okay.
Well,
1 in 400, Emmy.
probability is weird.
Today it is. Well, Chewie, if you wanted to roll. Okay, so Emmy, the series not super sure what's going on, looking around, trying to find something to do. It's Edgar that realizes that the beast is like, he's got manacles on him, he is chained to his chair, the chain runs to the floor. But, like, this guy is still enormous. If he really, really, really wanted to, he could probably, like, flex and then break a bunch of the chains. He is not, because he is scared and doesn't have, like, he is too gentle, clearly, to be possessed of that kind of thing. But if something were to push him over, it could probably end really disastrously for everything in this room. Think the Hulk and Bruce Banner, but Bruce Banner is in the Hulk's body.
Whoa.
Okay.
Anything else you two wanted to do?
Assyria will just sort of keep an eye out on the staircase, wait for any sort of signal from up top, and as in from the team.
See, I have an idea. I think, what if I stand on the outside of that door, and the signal, if things are all clear, would be 2 knocks, and 3 knocks if things are bad, and if you need to get him out. The beast. Bob.
So I guess
Okay.
one thing I should say is, unless you guys, like, took that gaff hook and want to start, like, stabbing the beast in the eye, you are not possessed of any means to get him, or I guess Theo. With enough time, Theo could pick the lock, come in, pick the many locks on the beast, but there's nothing a Siri can do,
Oh.
short of provoking him.
Well, I do have a sort of trap-like spell, but I would need to... It only lasts 2 minutes, so...
Okay, fair enough. So does Chewie want to go upstairs then, is what I'm hearing.
I'll go upstairs and I'll stand guard in front of the door.
Okay, sounds good. And this is around the time. I'll say, Malden, you push the bench into the front of the door. Edgar comes running up. You guys hear a window break behind you.
Maybe we should put up more barriers. I could put up a life barrier.
What does that do?
We just heard the window break. I think we should go check that out.
Okay. Before leaving the room, I cast Mount Communal and summon 6 horses and stacks them up in front of the door.
Okay. I'll see how that spell reads. I don't know how that spell reads. I thought they were like...
Mount Communal, you can summon up to 6 horses and divide the time of mount between them, and it lasts for 2 hours per caster level I have, so that's 6 times 2 hours, so I summon 6 horses, which lasts 2 hours.
Okay. And I see in the description of the spell, the steed serves willingly and well. If not for that, I might say you suddenly have 6 rampaging horses in a courthouse. Your problems have compounded upon themselves. Okay, fair enough.
They are peaceful, but they are totally standing in the way.
There are 6 horses just parked. just whoop. And you guys, Theo, is it just one? Do you set one bear trap in front of the window?
Well, I guess as many as he has time.
No, as many as I can before they jump in.
Okay, I guess then if the 3 of you could make perception checks, everyone who's not Theo, as you go running to the evidence room.
Yeah, inside the evidence room, not outside the evidence room.
Right, they're coming to you. That's where the sound was heard.
I'm having my Lantern Archon follow as well.
Okay. There's not really a way to get the Lantern Archon inside the building, not without like opening a window and then everyone sees you open a window.
Oh, okay.
Well, the Lantern Archon can come in as soon as they break open the door.
They can go.
I'll just have the Lantern Archon.
You can probably have to like fly around outside and maybe go up to the people at the window.
What was Molden going to say though?
Window, yeah, it's going to fly around to the broken window.
Good enough. Can I get a perception from Robin though?
Pardon?
A perception check from you, please. As you go run into the back room, perception check.
Yeah, give me a second. I need to open my character sheet in War 20 again.
Okay.
So I can do the perception check on there. Or should it... Do I need to do that? Is that different? No,
the only difference, like when I say use the sheet, is just like for initiative, just to like make it fast. You can. Okay, so then you guys I'll say you stop short because of what like Theo is able to warn you, but something gets knocked over and one of the bear traps goes off, and as you guys are like rushing through to get to the evidence room. It's very clear somebody chucked a rock and the rock broke the window. The rock is almost immediately followed by a crossbow bolt because somebody can see Theo. I'm gonna, like I said, this thing is all over the place. I do not.
Now they did attack us, so now we can attack them back.
That is true, but it's still the issue of like, Malden has clearly identified if this gets too far out of hand, like. It could go really, really bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to be as peaceful as possible with my actions.
Non-lethal damage.
Yes. But now I do feel like I can use Ray of Enfeeblement.
That's fair.
That doesn't deal damage, but before I didn't want to use spells directly on people as attacks, because I felt like that was provoking it, but when they're already attacking us, now I feel I can use non-lethal attacks.
Yeah, a 12 misses Theo, right? I assume it does.
Yeah.
So there's just a really loud thunk as a heavy crossbow bolt embeds itself in the wall, and hear Ray of Enfeeblement.
Yeah, if I can see the person, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can.
It's the whole theater of the mind.
Yeah, you can. There's like 5 people. They're all kind of swaying. And this guy, obviously, again, they've all been drinking. And he is now leaning down really, really awkwardly, trying to keep balance, but also winding the winch on a heavy crossbow back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
How far is he?
Maybe I'll say 50 feet.
I would like to get close enough to him so I can create water on him, if that's possible.
Okay. I don't know what the range of that is.
It is, for me right now, it is 40 feet away.
40? How much did I just say he was? I said 45, didn't I?
50.
50.
I think you said 50.
Okay, so you will, windy, you'll need to, go.
Someone's
windy.
breathing.
Are we on this first floor, right?
Yeah, you guys are on the first floor. And
Window just broke.
You would need to exit the courthouse to be close enough.
Is that a map?
No.
How long is the Lantern Archon?
The Lantern Archon still exists. I'll say that.
I'd like the Lantern Archon to get over it as soon as it can, and then I would like to. How big is the window break? Did it make it through or no?
It shattered the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, then I will. And be a human shield, and then create water on top of the guy, just so that he's drenched, and try to use intimidation and say, "Stop that! You are under arrest. In the name of the law, you are under arrest."
Okay. So Molden is going to step out where the mob is. Does anybody want to, as that's happening, for the sake of theater of the mind and things have been declared and are happening simultaneously, as Molden is stepping out, Geldern is getting ready to cast a ray of enfeeblement over his head. Edgar and Theo.
I'm casting Bless on us.
Okay.
I'm following Molden.
Okay. So 2 people walk out. I guess let me get an intimidate check from Molden real quick. It's not hard to hit the guy. Fair enough. So the crossbowman gets hit with a ray of enfeeblement and his muscles rapidly atrophy, and then Molden comes and scolds him, and he looks up, and the man is pretty short, so he doesn't just look up, he looks like to look at Molden and then takes off. 2 more people come up from the crowd to replace him. They are clearly not as well put together as him, but they would like to get angry with you. So I guess I think this time I just want initiative from, well, everybody but Asiri. The other 2 could act if they wanted to. If you guys could roll initiative for me.
18.
Okay. Plus, remember to have your token selected. Well, you probably don't have it plugged in right now.
Token selected.
13.
Did that work? I clicked on my token and wrote it.
Yeah.
I'm clicking on my token.
I mean, it didn't as well. You got to be able, you have to click initiative from in the character sheet.
I did.
I know. I was talking to Chewie.
Oh.
Okay, so these guys are the little babby ones, little tiny babbies. What they do? They're not good at all.
I mean, I
okay,
also wrote a natural 1, so there's that.
That's true. They'll probably beat you.
I obviously had some kind of backlash from the ray of enfeeblement, which slowed me down.
Blaze it. Okay, so Theo, you are first. Both of these guys are carrying, in one hand they have a club, in the other hand they have a torch, and they come up.
You register.
Did I cut out?
Cut out on both those ways.
Yeah.
Okay. In one hand they're carrying a mystery item, in the other hand they're carrying a second mystery item, and you'll never know what it is. In one hand there's a club, in the other hand there's a torch. Just more like, oh, he's a damn, he's what is the beast, what is he, like his brother or something, his cousin. We know what you are, you're in cahoots with him. And isn't that the one who broke in and stole your mother's cabbages? Oh, I think that was, yes indeed. I don't know what Theo stole, but I guess at some point he stole cabbages. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim. Theo is first.
Is there a big one and a small one?
They're about the same size.
Oh. Can I take a handful of sand and wait for opportunity?
There's not a lot of sand on the ground. It's cobblestone beneath you.
For me. Yeah, I will ready action. Just wait.
Okay. So then one of them is going to come stumbling and staggering your direction, picks up his club, gonna try to swing it. I guess no one's flat-footed during this encounter. Boom! A 14 to hit.
No.
And it just, he hits he's very sure as he just, oh, I got him so good, look at him on it, as he swings like a 1.5 feet from your head. And Chewie, still inside the courthouse. What do you want to do?
I hope you're applying minuses for being drunk.
You kinda.
Alright, this spell has a range of 25 feet plus 5 feet for level, so could I cast it outside the courthouse around it? It's barbed chains.
Well, we would have to I assume you couldn't just surround the entire courthouse with it. No.
No, it's let's see, shaped at one end. Effect a chain shaped at one. So chains come out of the ground basically.
So this is entangle.
Yeah, and they could either trip people or do damage. But if they are tripped by them or attacked by them, they need to make a will saving
I
throw or
see
be
it.
safe.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so you are level 6, so you have 2 chains. Call a big booty because she has a big boot. Sorry about that.
That's a very flavorful spell,
It
by
is.
the way.
So you got 2 of them. Do you want to attack, or you have exactly what you needed? You would need to plus 5 per level. Yeah, you're in range. Okay, so
I would like to trip people. That's there. Not do damage right now since we're non-lethal.
okay.
Still.
So I usually don't call out like you need to have a material component, and I'm not right now because it doesn't have a specific cost, but I want to say the spell Barbed Chains, the material component is a length of chain doused with fresh blood.
Oh, geez, that was...
I think the phrase is oddly specific, but it doesn't have the evil descriptor. I went back and checked. Okay, so you would like to do a trip that uses your base attack plus your... I don't know what your key spellcasting modifier is. I'm guessing your
My
charisma.
wisdom.
Oh, your wisdom. Neat. Okay, cool. Make it
All
so.
right. All right, so that'll be a base attack
So
plus
you're
my...
6 plus wisdom.
All right. 6 plus wisdom. Okay, that's an 8.
And I will go grab their sheets again.
21.
Okay, give me one more.
22.
And you guys see chains rise up from the ground and just like yoink these guys off their feet. They just like into the ground.
Nice.
I assume Shui
And-
doesn't move.
Well, they also need to make a will saving throw or be shaken
Okay, got it. It's
for
on
1d4 rounds.
Molden. Goes to Molden. They're shaken. Well, I'll roll for it. No, they're good crit, I guess. Ah, ha,
Yeah,
ha,
one crit.
ha, yes, he's not shaken. The other one has like a 14.
All right. Leader from where we are.
You can't really see a leader. There's probably somebody in the back who's like whipping people up, but right now,
How
good.
about how big is the crowd? Like in 40 feet diameter, or even bigger than that? Like 200 feet.
Got rid of a couple at least.
Not 200 feet. There's not enough people to make a 200-foot diameter mob. There's probably some people have been run off. Probably a couple of people run off when these guys trip as well. There's probably about 30 people.
Okay. And then, so can I would like to see, okay, silence, and I would like to find a like a center point-ish. Maybe if there's a leader that's giving orders, like going, hey, go get them, or something like that. And I would like to cast silence on an object that the wheel that the person would be holding in a 20-foot radius from that object. It's actually, it says point in space. So therefore it would be as silent as possible for that, and then they would, have to make the will save in order to negate that if they want to speak.
Okay, sounds good.
Noise at all.
There's definitely plenty points in space for you to target with this. So I will.
Okay, and I want to hit as many people as possible, basically.
I hear you. I'm gonna. They're still kind of weird. What's the DC?
Only 15,
Okay.
because I'm not the best at hostile spells.
Sure. Okay, so you cast the thing. It definitely gets a lot quieter. There's a couple. What the hell's going on? What happened here? Everybody else, like, they try to talk and sound doesn't come out. It's probably really, really, really creepy for all of you guys too, because it just suddenly gets real quiet.
But that's the thing. Now we can yell at them and be more intimidating, because that should scare the crap out of a lot of them.
They definitely notice, yeah. Okay. Anything else?
They now don't have the voice. Will still be flying over, trying to get as many people in his aura of scare people away. Basically, I want my Lantern Archon trying to scare people away, not hurting them. Obviously, because it's lawful good. It's not going to hurt people.
Aura of spoop. Okay, understood. So that happens. One of the guys who got tripped is gonna try to stand up. He is. I'll say he's not within anybody's start range. So he uses a move action to stand up, and then another move action to move up next to Molden. Yeah, he's just whoa. Why they talking? What you do? You take their voices from them? You come some kind of weird skin stealing voice. We burn him too. And they clearly, you can hear inside silence. I'm not so sure about that. Hoppa. Conversation is impossible. Spells with verbal components cannot be cast, and no noise whatever issues from, enters, or passes through the area. So they can't hear you guys either. So
I didn't realize that. But that's still awesome.
It's still pretty good. Well, come on, we gotta burn this giant grey brass. Why don't they hear me? What's it? And I don't know what that noise was. I guess he threw up. Geldern.
It's pretty much like being out in space, right?
There's oxygen. They can breathe. There's no vacuum.
Yeah, I mean, of course, just the sound-wise.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Zero sound.
Mm-hmm.
Because, well, are there like more people? Maybe also more people wielding those ramming box or whatever.
Give me a perception check.
I don't know.
Man, I don't ever want to say that to you guys anymore because now you know. You know my evil GM secrets. I don't like all that. I ain't got no secrets. There's no secrets between friends.
It's just like when the GMs admits to fudging dice rolls and every player's not, man, did he fudge that one or was that legit?
Okay, I'll never fudge dice rolls. I want to be super clear about that. I've had people do that to me and it feels really, really bad. You will always see unless it strictly needs to be secret, you'll always see every dice roll I make, and there's not cheaty face from me. Okay, so there's nobody coming at with rams, but you do see there's I'm gonna roll a d4 for it is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a 1.
Isn't the major image making darkness around that still, so people and going towards the door immediately get into pure darkness?
For the next 3 rounds, since Robin did a ray of enfeeblement and is no longer concentrating on it. But yes, there it is. There's one more person. He's at this point, people are getting quiet. The Archon is chiding everyone, and they feel bad. And creepy barbed chains as well. But there's one more guy who's still just trying his very best. He has a crossbow up into his shoulder, and he's getting ready to fire it into the building.
Okay. I will Ray of Enfeeblement that guy.
Okay. This time, make an attack roll.
Okay. Okay. How do Ray things work again? I think it's Ray of Enfeeblement Ray. I guess it is.
Range touch, yeah.
D20 plus Dex against his touch armor class.
Plus my BAP, or without my BAP.
Yeah.
With your BAP.
Yeah. So Dex and BAP.
Yeah.
I don't have Dex because I'm a single stat user. So it's just my BAP.
Okay, sounds good.
Plus 3. Come on. 21.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits.
Wow.
For several d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Can't reduce it below 1, I think.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's most of the low level stuff that reduces ability scores in Pathfinder can't drop it below 1. Subject takes a penalty to strength equal to 1d6 plus 1 per 2 caster levels, a maximum of 1d. So you'd be 1d6
plus 3.
Yeah.
Roll 1d6 plus 3.
Quick fort from me. Which he passes.
Nice.
Wow. He loses 9 points of strength.
He no longer can carry the crossbow.
And what's important to note about that, as I'm looking at it, because we've had this conversation in Carrion Crown before, he's not taking ability score damage. He's taking a penalty to strength equal to the number rolled. So he's taking 9
Okay.
penalties to strength. It's not cut in half. It's all 9. So I'm gonna take a look. It's in a book. PZO 90442 trialofthebeast.pdf. He has. Yeah, I gotta do math. Okay, yeah, this thing hits him just square in the chest. He almost he doesn't almost nothing. He caves under the weight of the crossbow. The crossbow is now too much for him to handle. He falls back, the crossbow misfires into the dirt. And with that, everybody starts running away. How you guys proceed is up to you.
Okay, I think we should, for now, hold this place. You don't know if this was meant maybe as a distraction or something, and by now, with all this commotion, the gods should show up, and we should probably explain ourselves.
I-
Immediately check the evidence.
Yeah,
And I
that's it.
knocked twice on the door where Sirius let her know it's safe.
Okay.
This is
Thank
just
you for remembering me.
but that's all just outside the window from the evidence room, right?
Yeah.
What's with the front door?
Yep.
Or were this 2 situations on the same time again?
No, this is now everybody's back at the same time. You guys all reconvene wherever it is you reconvene. The evidence is fine. Since Edgar was there, nothing would have happened to it.
Yeah. I asked Theo to take apart the traps again, so no innocent person steps into them.
Yeah, I disarm them and take them back into the back of holding.
Okay, gotcha.
And boarding up the window in the evidence room, making sure that that is secure. And I think we need to stay right next to the evidence room. And
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Bob.
And how's the barricade?
I mean, by now I think you can have like the whole party stay up all night or something.
yeah,
How-
I've only cast 1 first level spell, and I can do it again 4 more times actually. And since it's only 10 o'clock or whatever, it hasn't really been late enough where I think we'll still get our full rest.
You could cast it again. In any
Yeah.
case, a couple minutes past the barricade stands. The illusion has failed, and there's
There are still 6 horses.
Yes.
They last for 2 hours.
standing majestically, crapping in the foyer are 6 full-grown horses. God.
I love that.
So
That
there's
is
a
awkward.
pounding on the door. Someone open this door. City guard. Do I hear 6 horses exactly? What's going on in there? God. I forgot about the horses. It's not I guess technically the squares are occupied. They can't stop it.
Yes.
It will still be
That's one
sense motiving
idea.
on everybody.
Of course. So they come up, and actually with your sense motive, you think they're all on the level, but like this was loud. You guys are in a pretty like central part of the city. People knew about this, and it seems the guards took their time. It shouldn't have been you 5 that dealt with this.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to antagonize the guards. I might have been angrier if he didn't manage to hold, but right now, since we already passed it, I don't know how I feel about antagonizing the guards by blaming them.
Yeah, I whoever's in charge though, I would like to talk with them and get their name and stuff like that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, in total, there's
but-
only like... actually, there's quite a few. There's probably about like 50 guards show up. There's clearly a like sergeant at arms figure that's in charge, and she comes up and just, what happened here? I guess I'm glad the Outlanders were here to protect us from whatever that was. I'm sorry, can we move the horses?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, sorry. Can I
Yes,
cancel
no.
the spell?
Yeah, sure. The horses go back to the plane of shadow. Shadow horses.
Yes.
Or wherever, the plane of horse. They go back to Equestria.
They are all beautiful black horses.
Okay,
Black
fair enough.
stallions.
Adam would be
all
so
of them.
proud of you.
He would. He really would. Maybe he watches this, and maybe he'll know in his heart of hearts. Okay, so yes, what happened here? Were there any
Riot. We just prevented a riot.
And you didn't? Did you kill any of them? I guess we haven't found any bodies. You haven't hidden them somewhere.
We did not kill a single person. We did this non-lethally, and you guys took your time. I'm sorry, but I'm not happy.
She kind of just shrugs at it. Well, good. Well done. Gold star. All 5 and 6 horses of you. I'll leave a couple men to watch here tonight. Please don't stir up any more
No.
trouble.
They stay outside the courthouse.
I'm sorry, I don't think you have the ability to tell me or my soldiers what to do.
While that is true, I don't trust you.
She blinks and says nothing.
You've clearly mishandled the situation and not protected the people. I think that they need to stay outside because I think you don't want to antagonize them, but
So much for not antagonizing.
Trying not to antagonize them, but only has intimidate as a social skill.
no.
You just said, I don't trust you, go away. But don't take it on the wrong side, please.
Stay outside. Keep watch outside. Protect the building. I mean, they broke windows. We had to repair it.
Yeah, no, at this point, you don't tell me what to do. My men are staying in here tonight, and I don't think there's anything you can do about it.
Jeez.
Fight.
And what happens when your men do something wrong? Are you going to take the blame?
She nods.
So are you taking the fault for taking your sweet time getting here?
What can I say? It's a busy night in Lepidstadt.
Oh, really? There was other riots that happened.
As far as you know.
As far as I know. Okay, we will talk to the people in actual charge.
We will.
So,
Yeah,
how do we know that you're not a shifter? Skin changer, right? Right.
I'm sorry. My skin is my skin. I've never been to a druid circle in my life.
He just
It's skin stealer, not shifter.
Shifter, skeeler, walker, crawler. How do we know you don't have skin?
How do we know you're not the skin stealer?
How do we know you're not a skin something?
How do we know skin?
By the name of Ragathael, are you the skin stealer?
What is a Ragathael? Learn how to say your words, people. What are you talking about?
Ma'am, he can be very paranoid. All the East's paranoia. All you had to do is just hold a piece of cold iron.
Again, I don't think I have to do anything for any of you. And she points at 2 people who come inside the building, and they set up where the horses used to be. And without another word, she turns and starts walking away.
Sense motive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dang.
I'm sensing that motive there too.
I'm sensing that motive.
I sense anger.
Okay, so did Chewie want to roll though?
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, so Asiri,
I'm gonna spend 1 to make that a 20, just cause.
to make it a nice even 30. Okay, sure.
Yep.
So
Nice.
Molden, she's just
Thank you.
she seemed, but I guess both Molden and Edgar together, you guys like. She is disgruntled because she had to come out in the middle of the night. She probably is one of the crowd that believes that the beast is guilty, and maybe this whole event was going to just clear itself up and we could all go back to living our normal life, and the outlanders that have come to try to defend the beast would go away. And here she is in the middle of the night when she was sleeping, had to put on her armor and come and basically do nothing. She's probably not a skin stealer. She's probably just rude,
Okay.
which may be worse.
Luckily, there are superiors, so we get to be the nice,
Yeah, she's of a a middle rank, shall we say?
Yeah.
Not to go
mean-
all Last Samurai on you, but
I intended to go to her superiors, but I didn't intend to tell her that to her face.
Molden
You
is a
know.
very angry boy. Okay, so the night passes.
Yeah,
Probably I'm better at that, but no.
yeah, Molden will do the whole thing that we can all stay awake while resting at the same time.
And I'm sitting in front of the door to the beast cell.
Sure. The night
That's fine.
passes. It's a little windier in the evidence room, but that's really the only change. Does
Yeah.
anybody have anything
Right
they
next-
want to do, or
I mean, if we have time and the damage isn't too bad, I guess I would cast Mending on the broken stuff.
yeah, you could mending the shattered one. You have enough time. It would take a while, but you certainly could. All the
Yeah,
pieces are there.
I think it takes 10 minutes for me to repair it.
Yeah, most of the time spent is probably like finding each individual little shard of glass and then like bringing
I thought it
in.
magically does that.
Does it? Mending? Does mending fix the glass? Here I am.
I thought it literally, if the pieces are there, they like fly into position. I thought that's how it worked, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess it depends.
All of the pieces of an object must be present for the spell to function. Magic items can be repaired by... Oh, yep, never mind. I feel like a window has enough, like, when it is shattered, there are enough pieces of glass all over the place that, like, they're there, but you need to put one piece to the other and then apply the magical duct tape that is bending and go forth. Anyway, like I said, the night passes. Does anybody have anything they would like to do before the trial?
I don't think so.
Reorganize the evidence if it got moved at all. So
Okay.
just get everything back.
Sounds good. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good too.
Got the beast covered and we got the evidence covered. That sounds like what we need.
Okay. So 10 a.m. comes, the trial happens. There are definitely people who come in to sit in the stands that were present last night. You guys can recognize their faces. It maybe like a couple of arrests were made, but mostly it seems to be there was a slap on the wrist.
I
Like the
hope
one
they
that
have a
actually broke
really
the
bad
window.
hangover.
Yeah, that also is a thing. The crowd is just as frenzied. All of the clerks and judges and things arrived even earlier than usual today to get out in front of it. Chief Justice Card bangs his gavel. I will remind all of you of the penalties of violence, and if you do not behave, I will clear this entire court. Did someone remind me to... Did someone bring a horse in here? It stinks.
Not a horse, no?
Not a horse. No.
Wait, did the judge completely change?
From who to what?
The judge's voice is totally different.
From what? I run a lot of games, and a lot of the inconsequential NPC voices.
Didn't we
will
have a
change.
female judge?
No.
Oh, I'm still sense motivating on everybody, so.
There's like the judge that you met that you are working for. She is female. She is not the
Okay.
Chief Justice. There are like.
Ah.
I guess I say judge in like the Judge Judy sense, not the. There is someone running the show, and that someone is probably not a skin stealer. The prosecution comes. It's a really, really, really quick one. The old blind Otto alleges that the beast set fire to the building. It's like the judge kind of just like spins his finger to move. He does everything but like move it all, that kind of stuff. You guys bring up your evidence. I guess finally, if you would make a diplomacy check, Robin. And if you wanna flavor any of this, you guys have the floor.
Do I want to flavor this? I mean, I guess we will do stuff like bring out the skins. We probably need several people when we take out the skin that the skin stealer used to change into the beast, and like stretch it out, show the bite marks, and bring people's attention back to the previous days when we talked about the bite marks and stuff. So they remember that evidence and try bringing the attention to why the beast can't be the one who did it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, there's a
these-
lot of gasps. The skin itself has a lot of like weird bits of mold and like pussy boils and stuff like that. It's very clearly not the beast's skin.
If at all possible, I would like to shame the people that tried to mob justice and try to kill an innocent creature and innocent outsiders because racial epithets and whatnot. I want to intimidate / shame everybody, especially ones that I notice, and I will point them out and be like, "You were there last night, and you were there last night." And do a whole thing on how they literally tried to murder an innocent creature just because they are racist and act.
Okay.
And Siri will just sort of like
that is what makes tyranny rise.
Okay.
Siri will just sort of like casually take all the crazy documents that we found with all the sales records and stuff, just sort of click them together, make sure all the papers in line, and just hand it up to the judge.
Yeah. Probably also talk about like the horrible things with like the factory and what unhuman things happened there. Even so, that will be a separate case. I want to take the focus of the people, maybe redirect some of the hate that they have for the beast and redirect it to the skin stealer and the horrible things that he has done in that bleach factory and stuff like that.
And I bring up the whole perfectly preserved corpses.
Okay.
And the skin stealer does not have dark vision naturally, which would explain the potion vial we found earlier.
Exactly.
And I tell people if they are worried about the skin stealer, if someone might be it, I'll have them hold a piece of cold iron in their hand.
Yeah.
Okay, works for me. Let me get any social checks that want to be thrown at the situation, if you would throw them now.
I want to do the diplomacy.
Okay. As you do.
I guess Siri, get ready in case that you need to improve my roll or something.
That would count as
my.
That would what?
That would count as magic in court. Yeah. She's
Okay.
right.
True. Yeah.
Use your hero point.
Yeah, in case it fails. Come on. That's pretty good.
Ooh.
That's another 1 in 400. Well, that's not a 1 in 400 unless he also rolled a. No, it's a 16. Never mind. I'm just
16.
wrong. Okay. Your words are heard. People get real quiet. The evidence is presented. It doesn't take long at all. All of you, before the next bit happens, you feel your pocket kind of like grow warm as instinctively all of you know that by proving the beast's innocence, you have earned, because we're not using the hero deck, because the hero deck is just hero points and we have hero points, you guys have earned the Hidden Truth, which is a card you can draw. You guys all, just like the one that you got at the beginning, you, the party, have to all decide to use this. The Hidden Truth says that this card grants the character, the party basically, the one-time ability to call upon an omniscient spirit to fully answer any question or solve any single puzzle. Whether the information revealed can be effectively acted upon is another question entirely.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I forget exactly. I can find it. I remember the fact that you being outnumbered was important for, if you guys didn't necessarily get the other one. Oh god, maybe I don't know what it was. Combat. I'll find it later if you guys don't have it written down. In any case, the judge bangs his gavel. Everybody gets quiet, and we've heard the evidence presented before us, and thank Pharasma that we did so. For without this trial, there would have been a most terrible miscarriage of justice. There are many cruelties in the world, but to lie and blame another for one's crimes is the most terrible of sins. We have asked ourselves a question. Who is the monster here? Is it this creature before us, with its broken body and terrible form? Or is it we, the people of Lepidstadt, with our bigotry and lies? That was not a very loud bang, but I only used one finger. The beast is innocent. And so, there is the crowd kind of explodes as this happens. Lots of booing and noises and commotions and things, and they are eventually summarily let out by the guards. The Judge Jeremy, the judge who's working for the Esoteric Order, she comes to you guys after everybody's left out and just, well, so be it. You did a thing. Meet me next morning. I'll arrange the payment. And she looks at all of you in turn, looks at the beast who's still up here. You've certainly earned it. I'm really glad you were able to receive what was his name? Bob? Bob, I'm really glad you were able to receive a fair trial. Bob is, his grin is, it looks like he's in pain because of the way the muscles in his face that have been stitched on stretch, but yeah. Why does it smell like horses in here? I'm confused.
Stop asking.
It's just, stop asking. It's nothing. Nothing at all. What's a horse?
You know the truth. It's probably like the farmers and stuff, who attended the trial. It's not very nice to talk about their hygiene and stuff.
It's the ones that were here last night.
The beast turns to the five of you and just, thank you. You guys are my best friends in all the world. Especially you, Malden. You came back for me. I think I want to go home now. Father usually doesn't like visitors, but if you want to come see me at home in a few days, that would be good.
Gotta be safe.
Wait, where is his current home though? I mean, he's not living where his original home burnt down, right?
Who's his father? Said
Luke.
father, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Bob, I am your father.
Want to meet his father.
He kind of just scratches his head at this. I know where home is, but I don't remember. And at this point, a bunch of guards come in, and they, Sir Beast, we are here to escort you. Then he gets up and nods and, thank you again. Come see me in a few days. And he turns and is escorted out by the guards. Unless somebody tries to, interrupt it.
Oh, wait. Why is he being escorted? He's not in trouble anymore. He should be free to leave in his own accord, right?
That's correct, sir.
I think it's more of protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Oh, okay.
We'll take him to the swamp, and then we will take him to the swamp and turn him loose.
Should we go with him, or we should probably escort him as well, just in case?
Yeah, sure. We can chat on the way with him.
Okay.
And after
And
that,
try to
I
find
suggest. Yep. Say.
Go ahead.
Just try to find out just try to find out where he's going, and then so we can see him in a few days. Type of deal.
And also have some friendly faces there, and ones we know that's not going to stab him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asuri will make sure to check on Kendra, because with this whole fuss about the Lorivores, Asuri wants to make sure that the mob doesn't go after her now.
Okay, that makes sense. Kendra was present. Kendra finds you guys, and she's impressed and overjoyed, and she goes with you guys to basically just outside the walls to let the beast run loose. Despite your poking and prodding, the beast doesn't seem to quite understand where home is. He knows like how to get there clearly, but where or what the word is can't quite like pull that out of his butt basically. When he reaches the swamp, when you guys get there, the guards, they turn and they head back, and the beast turns back towards the five of you and he extends an enormous hand first to Molden, and Molden, like even big Molden, can put two hands in his one and feel like the hands of a little baby. And he shakes your body and goes in turn, shakes Lulu. Lulu's upset about it. As the beast just starts slamming. As this has become of mice and men. And actually you had a rabbit familiar. Now,
Oh gosh.
so I started blasting. It's my favorite meme right now. Father usually doesn't like visitors. Please just give me a few days. I'll come find you. I'll come back here. I can come now. It'll be fine. And we'll go together. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how far it is? Can he sense how far his home is? Without knowing where it is, can he sense how far it is? Like a few days, trek, or something like that?
Oh, probably a couple days, yeah. I'm fast.
Direction?
He kind of like waves his arm vaguely from like he starts at north and he goes through northeast and almost gets all the way to east before stopping. Almost
Great.
A full
That's...
90-degree angle.
We're never seeing him again.
Nope. And that's what we're gonna call it for tonight. I have, if I ever go around to making more Tommy Young cuts, and I think I will, I decided at the last, like I'm sitting here on the board where this encounter was supposed to take place, and the way it's set up, I feel like it was a lot better done to just quickly make it a theater of the mind thing, because it's not like you're actually going to fight 50 CR 1/2 commoners and Gibbs and some Fae, but that's a different story. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back at it next week for more Carrion Crown, and y'all are getting paid. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.